What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny Morning Show for March 13th, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, how you?
Still warming up from Boston.
It's very cold in Boston. Over there, the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Let's him host.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the top story. Colin Moriarty has resigned from Kinda Funny. It's a sad day, I know. I'm sorry it's caught so many of you off guard. We're super sad as well. We had a long conversation with Colin today. Obviously, I talked to Colin quite a bit. I think the long and short of it is, we've been moving in two different directions for a long time. Colin's got a great letter up on Facebook. He also posted it to Twitter, of course. And the fact of the matter is, like, no one's wrong. There's no right or wrong. There's no hurt feelings. We're not mad at him. I don't think he's mad at us on the business side or anything like that. We're just going in two completely opposite directions in terms of what we want to do, and that's okay. This is what I was talking about during the PAX panel, if you caught that, of like, that's okay. It's okay not to agree, and that's the big thing where we talk about, Kinda Funny to us is the best friend mantra, and we want to be there for each other, and we want to support each other, and that's what this is. Colin leaving today is sad, of course. It's not the end of the world. We still love him. We're still going to support him. He's still going to, we're going to do a Final Game Over Greggy show with him this week. Like, it sucks. We were talking about it this morning with Colin, of course, while we had this meeting of like, this would have been great to sit here 10 years later and still all be here and have it, but dreams change and things change and you want to go in different directions and do different things. And I think as you see Colin appearing on the Rubin Report and Glenn Beck and all these different things, he's going in an awesome direction. We 150% are behind him in the fact that
we support him entirely.
We want him to go do what he wants to go do, and we want that to be successful. And whenever he does what's next for him, you can bet your fucking ass we're going to talk about it here on the Kinda Funny Morning Show, and that he's going to come on GOG and promote it if he wants to and stuff like that. And so it's a weird day. You know what I mean? In the fact of like, this is a great ending for it. I was worried that if, what if it didn't change? And what if, we kept growing apart? And what if we all ended up hating each other in some respect? And that didn't happen. That's not where we're at at all.
Yeah. In any direction.
Yeah, exactly. So, obviously the morning show rolls on today. We're going to talk to you about all the dumb shit we normally do, but obviously we'll be in the chat to answer your questions, comments, and concerns, deal with all of that stuff. I need to talk to you guys about PS I Love You XOXO, what you think should happen there. Excited to have Colin come back for GOG. I think we're talking to him, right, about continuing on with the cartoon?
Yeah. I mean, we mentioned it this morning and Colin said he'd like to, so I don't see any reason why not.
Sure.
I've got a lot of dick jokes.
Oh, great.
Of those that I want to make him say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't think, for me, I'd love to. I have them all written. They're really, really funny. We've all read them. We had a good time, like, reading them together on the table. I think Colin's totally into it, so.
Well, and again, that's the whole point of just, like, I'm glad this is how it can end. I'm glad it's not ending where, no, we're not going to ever speak to each other, and no, or something like that.
I mean, it's the opposite of that, which I think is the good thing.
Exactly. No, we want to work together.
Even when we left IGN, it was always like, of course we had friends there, but there was still like a level of animosity in certain respects. And I feel like there's tension. And I think with this, it's different. Like, it took a long time at IGN to get to a point where all of us are now cool. Like, everybody's absolutely like good, and it's just like, oh, we're already there.
Sure.
So I'm happy about that.
And I mean, again, and that's the thing of like, people I know, both in good context and bad context, are like, this fundamentally changes Kinda Funny, and the shows are gonna have to change and do. You're 1,000% correct. Colin is a co-founder of this company. He always will be. Colin was a linchpin of this company, and he always will be. I don't think we crumble without him. And he hopes we don't crumble without him. I think it's going to be a while of us, figuring it out, though. You know what I mean? We've talked about it. So we'll cycle in different guests. We'll do these things. But eventually, how do we find another host? And who do we want to bring on? And stuff to that effect.
I mean, we are where we're at because of him, because 100%. Of all of us.
Yeah.
And that will never change. And I'm happy that we're ending in a friendly way. And its ending is just this chapter, right? But Colin going on to be Colin.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Kinda Funny's always been about us being who we are, right? And I think that Colin being able to just go full Colin and not have to worry about what that means to us is only good for everyone involved.
Right.
It's a little scary for some people, but
Colin going full Colin?
Yeah, but honestly though, like I feel like I would never want to hold him back from being him and doing
that's a great point of what I think was so hard. Is the fact that we were growing in this different direction, and it was very much Colin saying, I have this idea, and I'd like to do this, and me or you or whoever, Kinda Funny, being like, that's a great idea, we're not there yet. We need to be able to get to a point to have another host to free you, all this weird businessy bullshit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And I think, I'm sure There's no way to stop Genie's out of the bottle and all that different stuff. And if you hate us, you hate us. The tweet and the whole exchange last week, while upsetting, obviously, that this is not because of that. That is a symptom, if not the most public, I guess, expression of it, that there was something happening in terms of us growing apart. And again, that's not bad. That's all it comes down to. Mm-hmm. Change is good. I hope Colin will go and be successful. I know Colin will go and be successful. He was on Glenn Beck this morning. I'm sure he's going to be okay.
Yeah. He's gonna be fine. Yeah. No, and we will support him in all of that because he is family, and you never turn your back on family, despite what the Fast 8 trailer tells you.
And we'll talk about that later, I'm sure. Of course, yeah. So Colin, wherever you are, we wish you well. You're welcome back here anytime, you know that. We'll see you for the Game Over Greggy show tomorrow, so I know you're not that far. You're probably at my house somewhere. Your house, technically, I sublet, just the room for you. But we got a new janitor, too, by the way. Just, you missed a spot over there. You doing that. Like, you resigned. Like, you resigned. You can't be here begging for the job of the janitor already.
Well, I don't have a job anymore, and, there's a buyout and whatnot, so I have all the time in the world.
Colin finally being able to go full Colin and go to a bunker somewhere.
That's my thing. Is this finally, like, while you figure out what your next move and what you exactly want to do, are you going to finally do the retirement vacation but as life now?
I mean,
go to the diner every morning?
Unfortunately, my shares were not worth the $10 million that I was hoping. But we got time, and so I wanted to just try out maybe sweeping the floor and,
You get all the time in the world.
I know you've always loved that.
He loves the big broom, but with all of us here, you want to go get
take the big one with you.
You can have the big broom.
Kevin, how much did the big broom cost?
I want to say like $25. Why is my mic plugged in?
Why is it plugged in or not plugged in?
Because you plugged it in, Kevin.
Nothing's really changed on the Kevin front, by the way. That's still how that's gonna go.
Yeah, this is the thing. You have to. I know you're probably gonna be.
Can we do a week of you just in the background, just sitting out there?
People like, I don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think.
Yeah.
No, I really want to know. Like, I really want to follow you even more closely on Twitter than I have in the past, just to see what your next 5 days are like. Because I imagine you're just literally gonna go to that diner every day, get your coffee, get whatever you're gonna get. You don't drink coffee, but get your breakfast.
Jesus, Kevin.
Come back, play a video game, play with Lola, go back, get breakfast again. Just do what you gotta do. It's exciting.
Maybe some dank Yarnum Nugs in there.
Yeah.
Mass Effect, books, travel.
Got a little travel book.
A man of leisure. You're gonna be a man of leisure.
No, we can't talk about what's coming up. But
good things though. Good things.
Very good things.
Don't touch me with this disgusting broom. You know I got a germ thing.
It's been real. I'll never see you again.
Come here. I love you. Thank you for everything you've given us. You're very welcome.
We're doing the group thing. Let's stand.
We're doing the group thing? Like Golden Girls? Like Golden Girls!
Yes!
All right, come here, Tim.
Everyone in. Everyone in. All right.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Good luck to you.
And good luck to
Appreciate you. Hope you guys make millions of dollars.
We'll see you. I'll see you at home. See you at home when I get home. And then we'll see you for Game Over Greggy show tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Bye.
Bye, love you. Bittersweet. Gotta let the baby bird leave the nest sometimes, you know what I mean, Kevin?
Yep.
What is your problem today, Kevin?
I can't be bummed about this. Are you serious?
Yeah, you can't be. You need to be the rock. I'm fucking around. Everyone's allowed to be bummed today. Do me a favor, Kevin.
Yep.
Go to the prize closet. Get all the t-shirts you can that are black. Put them over the mirrors.
What is he, Italian?
No, it's Jewish, isn't it?
Is that a Jewish thing?
I thought it was Jewish.
What you guys are talking about?
The chat will let me know eventually.
That's why Italian, women always wear black for an entire year. And then
Here's the
past
thing.
a certain point, they'll just keep wearing black.
My Italian culture, limited to Scorsese films, Moriarty.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the hotel, PAX East. Got this beautiful French Canadian cuddled up next to me. Mm-hmm. We're like, let's watch some movies. Her name's Jen. I love her very much.
Damn it, Greg.
She's my girlfriend. I don't talk about her enough.
Yeah, you should consider tweeting more about her and Instagram more.
You know what? God damn it, let me be happy. Anyways, I'm watching. Let's watch some movies. I go through there and they got Tony and Tina's wedding in there, which I did not know had been turned into a movie. Are you familiar with Tony and Tina's wedding?
Tony and Tina's wedding.
The reason I know it is because in Chicago it ran forever at one of the things, and it was one of those where you went. I never went to it because I'm a kid. I'm not going to some musical. My mom's not taking me to no thing like that. I could have gone, I guess, actually. Anyways, you go there and you sit at the tables, and it's like, I think it was definitely a play. It might have been a musical that happened around you, like you were a wedding guest. And they had all these outrageous characters.
This sounds fucking awesome.
And troubles, right. And so I was like, oh man, I always heard about this as a show. Here's the movie. We put on the trailer for the movie. One of the worst trailers I've ever seen. It's shot first person perspective from Tony and Tina. I'm like, is this the movie? Like, is there gonna, whatever. But to your point, Tina's mother, she was dressed in black.
For a second, I was like, what?
What are we talking? The garbage truck rolls on.
She was dressed in black because her husband died.
But like forever ago.
Yeah.
You do that forever?
Yeah, forever. Yeah.
Wow. Forever?
The hardcore Italian culture is
You never remarry, you never do anything?
You just like some women want to just get buried with the husband alive.
Okay.
I'm joking about that. I don't know about that.
You don't know if that's the real. You don't know if that's really the hard
I
part.
just always have. I had a lot of relatives that would like, if someone like, I'm like, why is she always in black? Well, because her husband died. I'm like, how long ago?
30 years.
30 years ago. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, all right. It's interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. There's something I learned something about the Italian culture from Tony and Tina's wedding. The worst trailer I've ever seen.
Very loyal to their husbands.
One of the worst trailers I've ever seen. Yeah.
Now, when the women die,
Yeah.
husbands don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They just remarry someone. Right
Right
they don't
away?
wear black. Yeah,
Okay.
immediately.
They exclusively don't wear black.
Here's the thing. Is the Italian culture of your Uncle Vinny and stuff, like you tell stories and like Colin will tell stories too,
Sure.
with all the names you'd expect from these people.
Yeah.
Is that still happening, or is America becoming so homogenous that we're seeing that start to fade away?
I'm really out of touch with my relatives.
Yeah.
In general,
Is there gonna be like an Uncle Mark next generation?
No, I mean, well, my family's sad because we don't have any kids in the family. So I think like the Scarpinos, other than of course the Chicago Scarpinos is. I just assume that guy, the Nick Scarpino in Chicago that works for Portillo's, is probably a relative. On some
Sorry,
level.
my apologies.
Yeah, we're a dying breed, unfortunately. But I think there is always. Who was I talking to? Oh, so we met some people at the YouTube party we went to.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say PAX East. I'm like, we met a lot of people.
Oh, we met a lot of people. But we were at a YouTube party in PAX East, and I forgot her name. I think it was Victoria. She's the geek chick, geek_chick. She Twitch streams. Anyway,
Chic, isn't it? The Geek
Chic. Sorry,
Yeah.
yes. The geek chic. She. Actually, I think it is chick.
I think it is chick.
I think it's chick.
I think it's the.
actually.
I don't know.
It's just
we
spelled-
met her.
I always said
you're
Geek
right.
Chic.
It's spelled chic. It doesn't matter. She's Italian, and and I started joking around. And I'm like, oh, you probably got a lot of Michaels, a lot of Gina Marie's,
Yeah.
a lot of Polly. She's like, well, I don't have a Polly. So she has the rest of them. It's still happening.
That's still happening. All right, that's good to know.
So long as Italians are religious folk, they're gonna continue to name the people after saints and angels.
Good for
It's
them.
gonna
I
happen.
feel like we need to do something about this though, Nick. Like in case you and Danielle don't have kids, which seems to be the
It's the theme.
future,
Yeah.
right? We need to freeze little Nickies down there because I
wanna
feel
start today?
Kevin, how much room we got in the freezer, in the Kind of Funny freezer?
Quite a bit.
We're gonna need to figure out some new Patreon tiers now.
Jesus,
enough.
So
that's horrible.
You can, I don't know. We'll have to figure it
Well,
out.
how much would a Patreon tier be to actually have my baby?
I don't know.
Like I will give you my seed. We don't have to do it. We'll do it scientifically. I'll put it in a little vial for you in a little
Yeah.
couple
We'll do
hours.
it.
That's scientifically.
We'll do it scientifically.
We'll send you the vial for us to you.
Yeah, you don't get the fun part of it.
Yeah.
No, that's maybe extra you can watch, but like that'll be the max of it. Also, I need somebody out there, maybe Tom Hawkins, maybe someone else, to go
Hawkins has
back
a job now.
to when we all hugged.
Yeah.
And just please put the Golden Girls theme song
Yeah.
over that whole thing.
Yeah.
Tom Hawkins, that's your
that'll be
crack.
Yeah,
Quit your job.
By the way, some people in the comments are asking if I'm stoned or if I'm tired. No, I'm not stoned. I am a little bit tired, and this is just really sad.
I mean, yeah, like don't for a second. Yeah, I know so many people are here and they're this and they're, they're upset and trust us, it's been a weekend for everybody. This has been a very, very hard time. Sorry, Kevin, if me giving you shit came off the wrong way. I've been where you are. I am where you are.
No, I mean
We're
you're
all in the
putting
same
it
spot.
in a great way. I think it should be said that this was, for me, hardest weekend of my life, and I think I can say the same for both you.
Yeah.
Us being together and like having each other is the only way that I got through this.
100%. Yeah.
I
Well,
haven't slept. I haven't. It's been hard for me to eat.
Yeah.
This has sucked so fucking bad.
Yeah.
But it's been okay because I have you guys. I have you guys. There's being in PAX East and being surrounded by all of the people there,
Sure.
all the best friends out there, and
Sure.
having them talk and just show so much love, no matter where they stood on anything that happened
Right.
last week. It was so encouraging, and it felt so good to be like, as hard as this is and as much as it sucks, I have a support team of people that are here for me, making
Sure.
it all okay.
I mean, that was what I kept telling kids, right? Because every so often someone would ask me about, the kerfluffle. And the thing I was saying, what sucks the most is because I didn't want to, go into backroom business or whatever, or what we're talking about, and I don't know where Colin's head at. What sucked the most about this was the timing of it. is the fact that everything goes to shit on Wednesday. There's no live shows, period, that week, let alone Thursday we wake up and fly to Boston, where we're even more removed from what's happening in the ecosystem, let alone being removed from Colin. You know what I mean? That was one of the things of why I wanted him to come, because I wanted us all to be there. I understand we need a distance as well to figure out what was going to go on. But yeah, this weekend was fucking awful. This weekend sucked, and that sucks, because PAXs are my favorite shows, and it was that thing of like the roller coaster of emotions, right? Where we'd go to food and I just wouldn't eat it, and we would just sit there, and it would be like those moments of, all right, this is good, that's okay, blah, blah, blah. But like, we understand what's happening with you. You are the best friends. This is the community we've built. We understand your emotional roller coaster as well, because we've been living it, and we're also, for people who are like, talk more about this, do this, blah, blah, blah. I understand we've been dealing with it for a while, but I understand you haven't, so it is a different structure. And so that's also the weird thing of like, what today's show is and this different thing. Like, we're gonna sit here and talk with you and work it out. I see people in here, are talking about like, how much this sucks, this going on, I'm gonna leave, stop blaming Tim, stop yelling. All of this is totally rational and normal, and whatever you feel you gotta do today, you gotta do. And we understand and we respect that, and there's no hard feelings.
And to be clear, also, Colin's coming back on the podcast tomorrow. We're going to talk about all this, and we're going to talk about what he wants to do, and we're all very excited for him. Like, he's not ready to share some of the stuff that he's got in the queue right now, but I could not be. I mean, it's going to be fucking awesome. So it's very bittersweet for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, on the one hand, it feels like we're losing a friend-ish. On the other hand, we're very excited for him.
I know. I agree. Damn it, Nick. I thought I'd be all right.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, I mean, that's the thing. That's what this is. You know what I mean? And that's the pros and the cons to it. You know what I mean? He gets to go fly, which is great.
God damn, we're doing that thing.
We get to go.
Stop doing
We get
the
to
thing.
go. Continue to make Kind of Funny what we think Kind of Funny is. And whoever wants. First off, I don't think there's a reason to go pick and choose. But wherever you got to go, whatever you got to do, whatever you feel you have to do today, that's totally fine. We understand. And this is where I'm sorry if I came off flippant earlier about this. It's just the fact that, for us, honestly, like, I'm getting there. Hold on. I'm coming around the corner. Here it comes. Almost there. I've worked with that man and known him for 10 years. I've never been more proud of him today. In the way he handled the situation, the way we talked about it, how everything went today. There was so many ways where I was like, this could go fucking a million different ways that would be horrible for everyone involved. And this is the best case scenario. And in literally, I don't know his timeline for anything. In, I'll say 2 years, we're all gonna look back and be like, this was the best. Because it is going to be that, hey, you're making awesome shit, we're making awesome shit, we all love each other. You still get to come over. We cross over and do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And if he wants to go make awesome shit, maybe he just wants to play Mass Effect forever.
And either way, I'm sure he'll do that better than anyone else. Colin knows how.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's an upsetting day for everybody, but it's that bittersweet upset day. The way I was talking about it this morning, when I was talking to Tim in the car ride home last night, is it's a breakup, and I'm glad it's a breakup now and not a divorce later.
Yeah.
And it's not a break, and it's not a breakup of never gonna talk to you, fuck you, this, that, the other, you know what I mean? It's a breakup of like, we need to be adults and figure out what the next step is for everybody. And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And so rough day. Big dog Kevin, my rock. How you doing? Yeah?
I'm doing okay.
What did we miss while we were gone? What did you do here you came in and stuff,
You
right?
see all the wires here?
Yeah?
I spent a day rewiring everything. Right there.
Nice, I'm very proud of you.
It looks a lot nicer.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry about it. That's
Yeah.
great.
There's a lot of people in the chat that are like calling me out specifically and saying that I'm happy about this. And this, I just really want to say, like, guys, come on, man. Like, that's not fucking true. Like, this sucks so bad for everybody. And like, I know that you see so much of us on the shows and that you can create all the scenarios in your head of what you think's happening. At the end of the day, like, Colin and I are great friends. He's in there, and I'm sure that he feels the same way about me, where it's like, we have our issues. We have argued for thousands of hours on shows, but it's like, we did that civilly. Today we had a civil conversation. It's all love. It's all love. And like, there isn't anything. Like, You can choose to believe me or not. I'm just being honest with you. Like this is real. That is real. This is all real. And there's nothing I'm not trying to put on the table. So I'm sorry if you feel that way, and because I feel like I've let you down about who I am, if that's what you think.
The one thing, and this is to put you on the spot because we haven't talked about this off camera at all or anything like that. Do you want to expound on your tweet? Your tweet was the one thing that I felt, and this is again, I understand lenses, I understand context, I understand all these different things. I understand you.
Yep.
Like your tweet of like, no, those aren't the fans I want.
Yep.
What did you mean by that?
All that I meant by that, and it sucks because what I learned more than anything, and I knew this before, but what I learned this weekend more than anything is that anything we say, any which way is going to get taken every way.
Yeah.
At equal passion from all sides. So
Yeah.
Colin saying his thing, whatever he meant by that, people took it 10 different ways. What you put out, people took 10 different ways. Nick not saying anything, people took 10 different ways.
Yeah.
All I was saying in response to that is a best friend tweeted saying to us, like added us on it and was just like are these the type of replies you want, based on a thread that had a bunch of replies that were calling people names and attacking people, and that is what I was saying I didn't want.
Yeah.
It's not people. If you thought the joke wasn't offensive and was funny, that cool, dude. Like it was a joke. We all know it was a joke. Like that's not what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm putting a lot of words out here. To make this very clear, I was saying I don't want fans that want to attack people.
Exactly. And that's exactly.
It is the exact opposite of what the speech that you gave at PAX East, where it's like I want the PS we love you, the hashtag PS we love you XOXO. I want the sweet nasty love, like that. That's what I want. I don't want the opposite of that. And I saw a lot of it that day. That is all I was talking about. It wasn't about the joke. It wasn't about what side of politics you side on. Any of that. It was just about we need to be what we want to be the best community, and I want to work towards that. And I don't want people that are working against it. That's it.
Agreed. And that was where it all came from in terms of all of this aside. Like we all need to be better to each other. And that includes us to you, includes us to each other, includes the Kind of Funny community, because that's what we want. And like to your point, that is the thing where if it like the people who want to get down into the mud and attack each other on personal levels and personal things and go at each other like that, that's again what we've said from the get-go, right? That's not the culture we want. That's not the community we want.
Yeah.
And so.
And another thing to keep in mind is that obviously we've had a lot of conversations in the last couple of days, and it's hard for us to decide what we put out there and what we don't. Because I wanted to immediately respond once I saw the feedback to my tweet. I wanted to put out another thing explaining what I just said.
Yeah.
But I knew that doing that in tweet form, whatever, is just going to get torn apart.
And that was the whole thing. And that's the whole thing with why the Wednesday thing was so tough for me, and then fall into the weekend, of course. Because on the smallest level, it's me and my roommate not agreeing on something. Which again, if this would have happened on a podcast, whatever. We would have said it, we would have said whatever, and we would have been done with it. And also, it wouldn't have happened because there would have been the context of what we're talking about, who we are, and what all this different stuff. So then for that of like, do I respond, do I not respond? Then I took a day off of Twitter, then I put up the thing, and then I had to, bounce the rest of it, because it's, when you start trying to make these points in 140 characters, it's quicksand. And you end up thrashing around and drowning. Yep. There's no way to get out of it. There's no way to do anything.
Yeah. And the other thing, because I've been seeing a lot of feedback about the PAX thing, about me and Nick being silent on the panel while you gave your speech.
I asked them to do that.
That was the thing. We all discussed what we were talking about. We knew what was going down, and we stand together on it. And it's a thing of we're just standing for positivity. That is it.
Yeah.
That is what Kind of Funny will always be about, is being positive.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, look, last week was difficult, and like Greg mentioned, and like we talked to Colin this morning as well. Like I think it was just one of those situations that, for us, we wanted to have a united front. For Colin, I think it was very clarifying for him of saying like he told us in there, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he was like, I really just want to be able to say something, and I want to be able to do that on my own and not have to worry about how it affects everything. And I'm like, I totally fucking respect that, man. Like, I wish that we could have, when that happened, immediately done a God topic about it and talked about it, and because I feel like what everyone else saw was
not calm.
A little bit of a gap in silence in a world where you expect immediate feedback on things, but literally it happened. We all got on a fucking 6-hour flight, and it was like, I feel like had we been able to just talk about it, it would have just been a thing. It would have actually been a very fascinating topic, because it is a very fascinating thing.
And to clarify, I think
I see both sides with it, but it's, well, I mean, I understand why people would be on both sides of the fence on that, right?
Sure.
I totally understand, like like the outrage culture and all that, and that argument. I think it's very fascinating. It's definitely something we should all talk about. It's just one of those things that it could not have happened at a fucking worse time.
Sure, but to clarify this, one of my biggest regrets about how everything went down is, we should have. I saw somebody in here say they should have had an emergency stream. Yeah, should have done that. You know what I mean? That was my first thing, but it was, again, that it was a late start to the day. This is what's happening. I wanted to talk to you guys, Colin, and everybody that. But to be clarify again, is as clear as we can, the tweet isn't the problem. This isn't over a tweet. This is the fact that we have been going apart for a while. And we have different visions for where, like Colin's letter says, we have different visions for the company. And
an important thing
100% true.
that a lot of people are saying is that you should have stood with your brother. You should have stood with your friend. You should have stood with Colin. Like, the thing is, honestly, what's happening now is us standing for what he believes in, and he's standing for what we believe in.
That's a great
together.
point.
Like, this is what friends do.
Yeah.
This is what brothers do.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we might not disagree. How do we both succeed as much as possible? Like, let's have this conversation. Like, there was no backstabbing involved in any of this, like, at all. That's my stance on it.
Yeah.
Like, I assume we all agree. Like, this is how friends act, and us having the conversations that we've had, both negative and positive, and where we're at now, it's like, that's communication.
Yeah, love and sex stuff.
That's what a relationship is.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's where we're at with us and what we want from you guys as the community and everything else. Like, we want to be a positive force. We want to continue that momentum. We want to keep doing that. We want to keep making goofy, dumb, crazy shows and fun stuff. So that's what we're going to keep doing. Nothing stops there.
Yeah.
Colin will guest on them. I hope more than we even think right now. For sure, Tuesday, Game Over Greg, which will go up, obviously, Thursday. You know the whole rollout.
Unless he moves away, in which case we'll have to do like the A-Team thing where you like drug him and put him on a plane.
Jesus.
Get him back here.
You would really
know,
have thought this through for something that just happened an hour and a half
The thing,
ago.
I'm like, if he goes to Long Island, I have to have a person there that'll put the drug in his coffee. Then he just wakes up like on the West Coast again. He's like, how did I get back here? And we're like, hey, Colin, what's your topic for today?
It's like Lost. He can't get out of chairs.
Exactly.
Just shackle down and stuff. So then my next big thing is a question for you, the audience, everybody in the chat right now, is what do you guys want to do about PS I Love You XOXO? When this all started and it looked like this is where we were going, and Colin and I had conversations, and I'm talking about him like resigning, my initial thought process was cancel the show. I think that what we run into is you guys wanted PS I Love You XOXO because, no offense to Podcast Beyond, you missed that kind of show. You missed Colin and Greg talking about PlayStation on a nerdy level. And so my fear with keeping it going would be the fact that it would become, again, no offense, what Beyond did, where so many people have tweeted at us and be like, and really mean stuff, which you should never fucking do. But like, why are they still doing Beyond? Why do they call it? Why didn't they change the name? Why didn't they do this? And that's my thought process. I feel like anybody we bring in to do it, whether it was Tim, whether it's an outsider, whether it's a rotating guest, unless it was Shuhei each time. Unless I could get Shuhei, then I'd be fine. But the problem with it would, that I think,
I don't know if someone will let him do that.
Shuhei does whatever the fuck he wants. Nobody stops. And that's the thing, is like, I feel like if you do it over and over and over again, all the comments are going to be that, no, you can't do this. This isn't the same show. This isn't what it is. This isn't what we want. And so I feel like that, not only, I'm seeing a lot of cancel it. No, don't get me wrong. I know this isn't a scientific poll.
Was I supposed to be counting?
Yeah, thank you.
Fast.
Yeah, it's going by too fast.
By the way, I'm not looking down in like resignation here. I'm like
reading the chat.
I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah.
I am sad, but I'm not, I'm looking down for the chat.
Yearly PS I Love You during the PSX, somebody said as it scrolled on by. And this is something I think that speaks to what my vision is, and I believe our vision for Kinda Funny, right? Is that I don't ever want to be IGN. I don't ever want to be Rooster Teeth necessarily, this giant company. I'd love us to be able to make movies. I'd love us to be able to do this. I'd love that. What I would love eventually for this company in a year, 2 years, whatever, is to continue to grow at the smart pace, bring in the right people, and have it be that, like my dream was always sure that Colin and I are doing PS I Love You XOXO, but then Tim's doing a Nintendo podcast with whoever he wants. We hired this person and they're super into PC gaming, like because they're dorks, so they're doing it. So you know what I mean? Like that there's that level of it. So trying to keep a PlayStation podcast going with just me and rotating guests, we could do, but I think we could also cancel it and then do a new show, do a new product. Yeah. Even if it's just more streams here on Twitch. I suddenly have Monday afternoons open. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
we potentially do a Nintendo PlayStation podcast.
Nintendo Station.
One person said bring in Nick. Just bring in Nick. So you and I do the PS I Love You together.
Okay. That was a joke. I worried about this, obviously, how the stuff we'd have to say today and how to phrase it and da-da-da. So I run through everything in my head. One joke I did have was going to be like, with Colin leaving, There's 2 shows that then get canceled. And we toyed around with it. Nick wanted to host Colin Was Right. But we were like, you know what, Nick? Not a great idea. Not a great look.
Just
Keep the name.
If
I love it.
Colin was right, and I say what I think Colin would have said.
Your feet are just kicked up, and you're like, man.
I'll see what the big deal is.
you read this like lengthy news story, and you're just like, I don't know what that was so mad about. Yeah. A lot of people are screaming for Clements. If we could hire Clements from PlayStation, he would be eating Nutella bananas up in here every day.
I'll tell you one thing I miss about Clements.
Lay it on me, I love it.
I used to subtly sexually harass him.
Oh, really?
I'll admit to
Subtly?
that, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was not something that he could necessarily prove, and I'm not going to go on record as saying that I did it.
Well, you
But-
kind of just,
You just
you
came out with
literally
that
just
part.
said it right before.
Occasionally, I would just brush up against him a little too long.
Sure.
You know, I touch his head.
Was
a
he
lot.
wearing the Crocs with the sandals at the time?
Oh my
Because
God.
that was my favorite look of him.
his Crocs?
People in the chat, let's see. Artie Ripper saying, how did you guys feel about Colin Was Right? No hesitation. Colin
that
Was
show.
Right is, besides Kind of Funny Live, the proudest thing that I've done at Kind of Funny. Chat is a fucking show that I can stand behind and be
phenomenal
like,
show.
this is a good fucking show and we believe in this.
Yeah.
All the other things we do, not to take away from them, but they're just us sitting around talking to various extents of like, P.S. I love you, I'm very proud of. I think the branding of that's fantastic. I think that your guys' knowledge and what you bring to the table and expertise is amazing. But Colin Was Right. I mean, that is, to me, the pinnacle of the type of content that we want to do because it is shareable, it is relevant, and it is passionate. It is somebody that gives a fuck, and he's in charge of the entire thing. So
That was, and that's what's so fucking shitty about this. I mean, no, that's a bad thing to say. One of the reasons this sucks so much on the Kind of Funny CEO Greg professional level is the fact that I was so fucking stoked when Nick and Colin would sit down and plan that show, and so much pre-pro went into it. There was the pilot program on Patreon. The graphics are great, and honestly, Colin's fucking awesome at it.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like there was a lot of pre-pro with us, and then it was Colin.
Yeah.
Like since that show launched, it was-
I'm not trying to take away from what Colin does. No, he writes all that. He researches it. He writes it on the weekends. He does all this different stuff.
I made thumbnails.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I just meant it in the way of like, when I think about growing up, right? This is you can all lean back. This is one of my Steinbeck stories on a podcast. Okay. What I always think about is I always wanted to be a part of something that went on without me. I hated in my group of friends, I'm starting Greg's Gazette, that stupid newspaper I talk about, right? Mm-hmm. But I was the one making that happen. It's like, so then when I stop, it stops. You know what I mean? And even the school newspapers I was a part of, when I stop, it stopped. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And when I joined the Antlers in college, that was such an awesome moment of, I'm coming into something that's been around since 1976, and it goes on now without me and does its own thing. And I'm a small sliver of that. And so, for me, no offense to anything, because I guess Love and Sex stuff kind of is this too. But for me, in terms of like, Colin Was Right was the first Kind of Funny project that everyone in Kind of Funny was involved with that wasn't me. You know what I mean? So I got to sit at my desk and answer emails and book appointments and do whatever and look over and see you guys working on that show. And that is awesome. It's a source of pride in me of like, that's what we're becoming. And so now that show's gone, that sucks. We can do it again with something different. We have different show ideas. We now have an idea of how we pilot a show and get it from point A to point B and do all these different things, which is awesome. But yeah, that was the thing of like, man, that was awesome. And so that's another bittersweet thing of all this, of the fact of like, that's a show that I wish could have gone on forever and ever and ever and stuff like that. But again, I don't want to hold Colin back.
Yeah.
He wants to go do other things that I don't know
I
necessarily.
mean, that's the thing. He now has the tool set.
Oh, I know. He's going to go do all of it on his own.
To do it by himself, which is fucking awesome.
Colin's going to be so
Good
fucking
luck, world.
successful. He's going to be so successful. Like,
I know.
That's the balance of emotions here. Is it sucks to have him leaving the company. It's awesome to see him go crazy.
Exactly.
I made
And
the obvious joke this morning where I was like, I have a lot of good experience setting up a studio in your house. So I was like, whatever you want, man.
We still haven't taken down those walls.
Good. That worked out, didn't it? There you are.
Welcome to whatever Colin's new show is. It's just like, wait, is that the exact same
He
set?
just changes it from the past tense to the present tense. Colin is right. It's like just here.
But this goes back to what I was saying about the I stand with Colin thing. It's like we stand with Colin,
Yeah. 100%.
and I think that's what's
on,
cool
guys.
about this is I stand with him, totally believing that he has everything necessary to succeed in exactly what he wants to do, how he's doing it.
Yeah.
And he also has us to lean on in any way. So if he doesn't know how to do all the weird back end shit that we know how, we can totally help him with that. And it's like, that's awesome. We're all in a place where we can all do the things we want and grow in a way that we believe in. And that is us standing with our friends.
Someone said, it is Laughalone says, Tim and Nick, is this La La Land where you guys and Colin both need to do separate things, and then someday you'll walk into a political bar wondering what could have happened to each other?
That and then
No, this is not like that. Colin,
PS4 trophies. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we will
I think it
continue
is
to be
like that.
Well, no, but we will continue to be Colin's life.
But it's not going to be like the one where you
let's
debate
not
the
spoil
ending.
things here.
I wouldn't
Oh
be able
fuck!
to
You should have
live.
seen La La Land right now. Am I right, Kevin?
I wouldn't be able to live with
Sorry,
myself
Jen.
if I couldn't occasionally text Colin something completely inappropriate out of the blue.
Oh shit!
What?
This just in from Waffle 94. Colin's gonna go pro in League of Legends.
Oh, finally, he's
The
undefeated.
cat's out of the bag.
It's
The
done,
real
man.
announcement has been made.
I want to give a shout out. PS4 Trophies. Our friend Brian in the chat says new show. PS I Love You Too, which is funny. TOO. I liked it better. Somebody tweeted you that the show was going to be renamed PS.
Mario McDonald said, PS I Love You XOXO will now be known as PS I Love You, but I'm not in love with you XOXO.
One more thing before I go.
Oh, he's back to burn it all
You
down.
got one more
The
thing.
Northeastern
Pull it out the
Panther.
lighter.
Do you want to sit for a
Meaning
second,
you
or do
don't-
you have
No,
stuff you
my
gotta do?
Uber's on the way. My Uber's
Okay.
on the way. I want to stand awkwardly over here.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to make it public. I think PS I Love You should continue. I told Greg that when I resigned this morning, that Greg was the one who wanted to shut it down. I think you guys got to figure out a way to continue that legacy just like they continue beyond. The second thing is that because I'm selling my shares back to the company, Kevin, you
Don't
now
tell him.
have
Don't tell
a
him.
chance to become the second biggest majority owner of the company if you play your cards right and find a little bit of capital. And then you will get all of the power away from these guys and conduct business as you will. So I just wanted to set a little seed for revolution.
Jesus, fuck you, Colin.
God.
Fuck you, Colin. You did it. You said you wouldn't fuck us, and you fucked us.
Good luck, guys. Wednesday?
Oh, right,
yes.
yeah, Wednesday, yeah.
Okay,
Snooze tomorrow. Yeah, Wednesday.
tomorrow.
All right,
All
good
right.
luck.
Thank you, sir.
See you in about 5 hours.
Fucking love you, man.
Have
Love
fun
you,
today.
dude.
Love you.
Relax today.
All right, now that he's gone, let me tell you. No.
Cash 22 says, so you're telling me
have
Kevin's
to
no
pee.
longer a minority?
Kevin, can I get a minority report on you're no longer a minority?
I have to pee.
Still a minority.
All right.
One more thing. Not going to be sorry about the labyrinthine Uber fucking routes that people take to get to this office.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like what the just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you, Colin. You're gonna go pee now?
Yeah, I gotta pee.
Sounds about right.
Like 5 cups of coffee.
I understand. Hey, can you get me more coffee? Sure.
Can you give me some water?
Sure.
Can you just do? I mean, we're just having a laid back show, talking it all out. Remember, of course, this is the Kind of Funny morning show. If you're just joining us, no big deal. Every weekday here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, we come to you with the nerdy news you need to know about 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you miss it live, no big deal. It goes up on youtube.com/kindoffunny each and every day, and podcast services around the globe. All right, now that Nick's gone, we got to talk about getting rid
We
of him.
do.
We gotta.
He's
figure
never
this
gonna
out.
resign.
He won't. He doesn't understand how to.
My favorite thing today, because I was thinking I was, March 13th, 2017, a day that will live in infamy, right?
That's an issue. Don't know how to handle the issue.
That's one that offends me. We'll deal with it here in a second.
Yeah.
Or not, or figure it out off air. That's
Okay.
probably not something we should
Okay.
try to tackle. Why is everybody gonna fucking be mean?
Everybody be good to people. That is
We
all.
can be better to each other. That's all it is.
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. Honestly, I think this is a good thing to say. Please spread the truth of what's happening.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, don't, like, if you see things that are lies and you see things that are not right or talking about us hating each other or anything, that's not true. Like, everything that we've said today is what's happening. Obviously, Colin was here. Obviously, we're all on the same page. This is totally amicable. So don't spread lies. Please spread happiness.
Yeah. I was going somewhere funny, but now I'm thrown
Sorry.
off. No,
Sorry.
I'm glad you gotta do what you gotta do.
Bye.
Derek. For real, leave already though. You keep teasing them. They're not sure if it's a work or a shoot.
It was a fun PAX. I mean, besides the bad stuff.
Yeah, all the mixed emotions, sure.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff. I saw Get Out. Not at
yeah.
PAX, but I saw it before that.
How was it?
Holy shit,
really good.
Kevin.
Yeah?
Honestly, like, best horror movie I've seen in, I don't know, like maybe ever.
Better than The Visit?
It's better than The Visit. It reminds me of The Visit a lot, but it's better. Much better. 10 out of 10 better.
It's awesome. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
Aliens?
Not gonna tell you that.
not gonna tell you.
DD Penguin in the chat says, "Hey Greg, so what about you living with Colin?" I still live with Colin. No change there. I mean, sorry, there's no, like, it's not, again, this wasn't, fuck you, get out of my, and smashing things, and then me just beating him to death, Gorilla Pound.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gorilla Pound, Ape Out's a great game. We saw it at PAX East.
Ape Out.
Ape Out.
Ooh,
Fuck
baby.
me. That is
Kev,
a game.
Can you go on YouTube
Yep.
and search for Ape Out?
Apparently you can play the trailer. I don't know, like you can watch the trailer and then play it. I'm sure you have to do it on Devolver's site. Anyways, you're this giant ape and you run around and you kill everybody.
So yeah, the story of this game is you are an ape that has escaped from a zoo, or escaped from his cage at a zoo,
Yeah.
and you need to get as far as you can out of it. And it has a super cool soundtrack that reacts to what you do. So like it's like jazz music's playing, and every time you hit, like fucking like drum
Are they seeing
hits
it?
happen.
Yeah, but they're not hearing it.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Just,
You can
just
look
show
at
it to him, it's fine.
But yeah, it's super.
You gotta worry about the
super
guys who are
awesome.
exploding, you gotta do this, you gotta use doors as shields. It's really
You can
cool.
pick people up
There's the doors
and
as
use them
shields.
as human shields.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Ape Out. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, so that's great. Also at PAX, little game called Crash Bandicoot,
Yeah.
the Insane Trilogy.
Sure.
Got to see more of that.
Did you ever go play it?
I didn't get to play it because we just ran out of time. But they had 3 levels. I played 2 of them already.
Yeah.
At PSX. The one that they added was the first level the first level they're showing from Crash 2. Kev, can you pull that up?
Yep.
And honestly, Greg, this is everything I could ever want. Like, I know we've talked about this game a bazillion times, but like seeing this, hearing the music, the job that they're doing making this remake, like
man.
my complaints are so minor. It's like I wish it had a grittier look to it. Like when you compare this to the original games, the art style had a lot more shadows.
Yeah.
But I mean, holy shit, the way he moves, the sounds. Like there's a point he gets the crystal in this, and it's the, and I'm like, holy fuck, they just nailed it, and it's coming out on June 30th, my birthday.
Your birthday?
I'm very excited about that. Yeah, what else was there? What other cool PAX things happened?
Sorry.
I know we're all distracted.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
just trying to
Well, I know.
keep
And that's the weird thing. Oh, I know. We want to be positive. We want to be here for you. This is the whole point. God, I mean, like, how clear can we be that it wasn't about the tweet?
Yeah.
Cool things from PAX. I have a whole list. I don't want to blow it all. We got Gamescast to do.
True.
Yeah. True.
I mean, okay, you want to just jump into the
panel was
things we
awesome.
missed? The panel was awesome.
Thank you, everybody who came out to that panel. That was honestly one of our best panels,
Yeah.
which is funny because it started obviously with a super serious thing that I don't like doing.
Yeah.
Of be better to each other. And again, here's the thing I want to stress. If you missed the panel and you missed the speech, totally fine. I think Joey Noel broke it out. It's around somewhere.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. The simple message is this. We need to be better to each other and the internet. If you're a kind of funny best friend and you adopt that moniker, that's the thing. And that's what I said during the panel. I'm not trying to come off that I'm on a high horse. You can easily go through my Twitter feed and see times somebody was trying to troll me and I called them out and they've deleted their Twitter account and da. Like, I know that I'm not perfect. None of us are, clearly. We can all be better. We can all rise above. Right now there's a headline going around that we're not happy with and you're not happy with. I see you talking about it in the chat. Do not engage. Do not feed the trolls. Do not attack. You're allowed to disagree. That's fine. You're allowed to respectfully disagree with anyone in the whole wide world. Don't come at them with the normal internet shit that we all hate so much. Am I wrong, Tim?
You are absolutely correct.
That's what we're trying to build here. We're trying to just build a group, no matter how small we are. People can come and talk shit about us all they want. It's so, like, this is going back to how awesome the PAX panel was, is coming off the week, which was a roller coaster of emotions to begin with, then to have, people on my Twitter talking shit to me nonstop. Okay, mute. I don't care. I mean, it wears me down because I'm worn down over the, where are we going? Is this the right decision with Colin? How do we all want to make this go? And how do we want to make Kind of Funny go? It wears you down, but when I go to PAX and I see a room filled, literally packed, slammed off, they just turn off our line and stuff, filled with people who love us and care about us, and again, maybe don't agree with us. That's the whole fucking point of Game Over Greggy Show, my relationship with Colin, my tweet to Colin. Colin's is still up, mine is still up. We don't agree, and guess what? It's okay. On a business level, maybe that's not the best thing for business. This is why he's resigning and going to go do his own thing, and we're going to keep doing our thing. But again, that's not a bad thing. Differing opinions are okay. This isn't the end of the world. We all can be better to each other. We can all take a minute to push away from the keyboard and breathe. Now, Chris Battlegoose says, call me troll all you want, it's true. Okay. We can disagree. You're not being respectful about it.
Yeah.
I'll hold on all day for you.
I mean, a lot of people are saying like address the articles directly. I don't think there's much to address besides they're factually wrong.
Yeah. The Polygon headline is wrong.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh shit.
We can say this without any hesitation. Colin did not resign because of the tweet.
Polygon's headline is Kinda Funny co-founder Colin Moriarty quits after sexist tweet. Now,
Technically,
I guess that is correct.
That is an accurate statement.
It is factually wrong.
We gotta start talking about this shit before we go on camera.
Well, no,
I'm joking. You said the syntax is correct.
Exactly,
That
but
is
it's
not the
implying
spirit
if
of
you
what
know
happened.
nothing about that this is directly related to that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That is just that is the public example of what there being a growing divide between us, and that's it. Now the thing about it is, I don't get me wrong. I don't think you're wrong. We should discuss it before going on camera. Obviously, that would have been nice.
I was teasing about that.
But I want to be clear that
trust you guys.
this is the point of Kinda Funny. We are still a garbage truck on fire. We have a nice studio and a nice screen behind us. We are still the morons who are coming from Colin's spare bedroom again. He has the lease. If you ever hear me homeless, it's because he flipped the script and kicked me out. No, that we're always going to be there to go through this with you. And I think hopefully we're helping with you that today. Again, I understand that we've had a weekend to deal with every possible scenario of what might happen. And so to come in today and have everyone end with hugs, jokes, like that's awesome. I wasn't sure it was going to go that way today. And you never know what that's going to happen when we all want to talk about stuff we're following up on Wednesday and we haven't been together for that long.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of idiots. So yeah, sometimes we're going to read the headline here. Sometimes we're going to make a joke that offends you. It happens. We're human. We'll talk about it. That's what we do. We can be better to each other. And if you don't want to do that, I understand that. I'm not mad at you. You can go your own way. That's fine. We love everybody. This is our dream. We're living our dream right now, hanging out with you, bullshitting around. I guess my dream technically isn't sitting around talking about my,
Well, you had a dream.
partner of 10 years leaving, but
So you had a dream. Let's be honest. All honest. You had a dream. It was Greg's Gazette, and that went south, and everything's just been shitty.
I tell you, since 5th grade, it's been downhill. Now, here's the dream I want to tell you about I had last night.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, if you're in the chat and you're all offended and mad at us for everything else, you won't like this because I'm going a different direction. Had a dream last night. Me and the love of my life, Jean-Vieux Saint-Onge, were, I want to say in Montreal, but maybe not. And we were somewhere, but we were going out with people. And it was a guy driving a car, some kind of sports car, because I had to shove myself in the back seat. And in the back seat was Fat Joe, but not. It was a young Fat Joe. It wasn't.
A young Fat Joe.
It wasn't the.
How old is Fat Joe
back?
now?
Huh?
How old is Fat
I
Joe
have
now?
no idea how old, but he was young.
He can't be that
He was
old.
younger than me. He's not. He's older than me though, because he had the Boost mobile phones. I remember.
Let's see how old Fat Joe is.
I love
Look it up.
everything about this.
How
Sat down
old
next to
is
him,
Fat Joe?
and yeah, I was like, "Oh, Fat Joe," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's love?" And he's like, "That's not
46
old.
years
Yeah,
old.
yeah,
I guess that's not young.
That's not Fat Joe though, is it? That's Ja Rule.
Yeah, no, well, it's a Fat Joe raps. Ja Rule,
There it is. That's and I said.
Ja Rule just has got to do, and then Ashanti does the chorus.
Yeah. No, good point. And so and he's like, oh yeah, and then he made it clear that he wasn't Fat Joe because he was so young. But however, he was in some relation to Fat Joe.
He was just Joe at that
And
point?
I believe I was trying to figure out if he was a time traveling Fat Joe or if he was a clone of Fat Joe, and then the doorbell rang and Portillo came home.
Do you think that Fat Joe feels
In real life.
obligated?
Oh, okay.
In
I
real
was
life,
like,
the doorbell
that's
rang
fucking weird.
and Porty came back from his pet vacation.
Do you think he feels obligated to stay slightly overweight so he can keep the title?
I have to imagine. Also,
No,
more
I
power
mean,
to him.
that didn't stop, Lil anything from... I guess it did actually.
No,
Lil
there was-
Wayne's still Lil Wayne.
There was
but he's always
some
gonna
guy,
be Lil.
big somebody
yeah,
who lost a
Lil
bunch of
Wayne
weight.
is Lil, but Lil
Lil's
Bow
not
Wow turned to just Bow Wow, but he stayed little.
Chat, remind me, there was
he's
some
tall. I think
other,
he's
No,
really tall.
Lil,
there was a
Bow Wow?
DJ?
Bow Wow? I can't imagine.
there was a
Bow Wow.
DJ
Twinkie?
or a rapper who was big something, and he lost a whole bunch of weight, but he kept it big. Now, granted, it's still a bulky individual.
Exactly, we can do whatever you want. Team Fat's a way of life. not a-
Mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have a story that I need to tell. I need to
Okay.
get this off my chest because I went through.
People keep, wanting us to talk. Oh, I want to hear this. I don't know where you're going with this story. Again, I don't want to dismiss. You know what I mean? Everything is some. I just want to throw this out there. Colin has left. We want to keep talking you through it. James on TV 1. If Colin wanted to come back someday, would that happen? I mean, he's coming back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime if you mean it, would he come back full time or whatever? Like, I definitely don't think he wants to. But if he went out there and doesn't find what he's looking for and want to come back, of course we'd be open for that. That's what we're talking about. Is that we're all cool. Now, back to your story.
So I went through hell and a half last night. And there's very few moments in my life that I've been as scared as I was.
Have you heard this story yet?
No, he hasn't.
Okay, great.
So scariest thing
Since
that's...
after
Yeah.
I left you at the airport?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I get back to. I'm not going to spoil what happens. I get back to the house though, and I strip everything off, and I'm getting ready to shower, and I'm like exhausted, and it's been an emotional fucking train wreck of a weekend. You know what I mean? Just sobbing at times. And so the phone goes off, and it's Tim calling, and I'm like, "Fuck no! What now?"
Yeah.
And I answer it, and you said something to the effect of like, "I'm freaking out right now," and I'm like, "What has happened now?" Go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was the scariest moment I've ever had in my life where my heart stopped to the point that I'm like, I might die from how fucking scared I am, was when my mom collapsed in front of me and wasn't responding. And I was like, this is it. And it scared the fuck out of me. Last night, I think, was clear number 2 to that. I come home, we're in an Uber from the airport, we get dropped off. It was a hell of a weekend. So stressful, so many tears, so much like fucking craziness, so little sleep, so little food. At this point, I was starving. Now, Gia was like, hey, like last I texted her, she's like, I'm making pork chops for dinner. I'll see you very soon, like whatever. And I was like, cool, just got off the plane, waiting for my bag, see you in a sec. Now, get to my house, open the garage door. Remember, I live in the garage.
Yeah.
So it's like I go into the garage door and then there's like a door I open to get into my apartment. And I get in there and the door's locked and I didn't have my keys because I lent her my car for the weekend. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have any way to get in. Knock on the door, no response. Knock louder, no response. I call her, it rings, no response. And I was like, okay, this is bad. But I was like, whatever, she's probably, I don't even know. But I went outside, my car's still there. So I'm like, okay, cool, she's here. Like, this is weird. Return, keep knocking, keep calling. At this point, I've called her like 10 times, and there's just no response. Waited out like 15 minutes. And I'm just in this garage, and there's no, like, the lights are off in my place. I'm like, I was like, I hope she's asleep in there, but that sounds fucking weird. And I couldn't hear her phone, and her phone's never on silent. So I'm like, this is very odd. Call her little sister, who always knows where she is. She's like, oh, she's with her friend Becky. And I was like, okay, cool. Call Becky. I'm like, yo, are you with Gia? Yeah, she left a while ago. We're at this bar that's really close to our house. She got in a lift like an hour and a half ago. And I was like, huh, that doesn't make sense time-wise. Mm-hmm. Knock even louder, call even more, no response. I'm like, what the fuck? It reached a point about 15 minutes after that where I'm just like, okay, she's not here unless she's knocked the fuck out of sleep, in there with a heart attack or something, or some Lyft motherfucker kidnapped her. Mm-hmm. Now, Gia, very tiny girl. Do I understand that I sound like a crazy person at this point? Yes.
No, you don't. You sound like a concerned.
But it was one of those things where I was like, all right, all of the things have hit the point where I'm like, this could be really bad.
Yeah.
So I need to act as if it's really bad.
Sure.
Freak the fuck out. What do I do? First, of course, call Kevin. First time in my life to let me down, bud.
You didn't answer?
Twice. No,
Didn't
I was
answer.
outside smoking a
It's
cigarette.
okay. It's okay. I freaked the fuck out, and then I called you.
Yeah.
Because you were like, for some reason, I'm like, Greg lives near me. If I need something, he's there. If I need to bust down the door.
I was ready to kick in the door.
You were.
I was like, I
fucking
think
were.
you're well within your rights right now to kick that fucking door in.
But anyway, then I called her best friend, who is engaged to one of my best friends, and talked about the situation. And I couldn't drive my car because my keys were gone. Mm-hmm. So my friend drove me across the city to my landlord's house to get a spare key. Get the spare key to come back. As I'm driving back, I called Gia. She finally answers, groggy as fuck. I'm so sorry. I was asleep. I'm like,
Jesus, how fucking delicate of a sleeper is she? Or like how heavy of a sleeper is she?
she's a heavy sleeper.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
this is
her
why I
phone
know.
happened to be on silent. That's
Sure.
never been. She was watching fucking Mindy Project and fell asleep.
Yeah.
So then the
Way
worst
to be
part is,
not entertaining,
I get home
Mindy.
and I don't even get pork chops.
Oh no! What'd you do for food?
We ordered Chinese and it was fantastic.
I gotta talk about
She
it.
never cooked him.
She never made them. Anyway,
See,
I
that was
know-
my thing. When I was like, is the light on? Yeah. Is there a smoke alarm? No. I'm like, maybe living and cooking in a garage, carbon monoxide got her.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That
I've
was
said that for years.
that cooking food in the garage might kill you with carbon
Well, when
monoxide.
they moved in, I was like, this seems dangerous. Don't paint anything here.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it was a crazy situation because it went from me being like, holy fuck, to like, oh, thank God, everything's good. And it's like, when I got to her, she was just like, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, I'm not mad at you.
I'm happy you're
just
alive.
Like, yeah, I was so relieved. Like, it was like such an emotional time. Because if I fucking came home and Gia was dead,
Yeah, that would suck.
Especially with like, that's what I was thinking too, of like just the weekend we've had,
Yeah,
and the week we're going to have.
I had nothing
honestly,
left.
probably the next couple of months.
I learned a lot about myself last night of just like what Tim Gettys is when he has nothing, and like I handled it. I'm proud of myself. I handled it without Kevin.
That's the most important thing, that you handled it without Kevin. Because I would have thought,
you're all grown up now.
I thought he would have been there with an Omni tool, working on the fucking doorknob, unscrewing it from the thing.
I'm pretty sure you can just pull that door and open it if you try hard enough.
Well, don't tell people that.
Well, it's behind a garage door.
I'm gonna jump in some of the comments here. Just again, if you're joining us, as many of you had, Colin has resigned from Kinda Funny. He came on earlier and was horsing around. All three of us have cried now on the stream. We've all hugged. Colin had a broom. He's now going home to eat at the diner and play Mass Effect. But to jump in here, Steinlich T, probably best to go into sub-only mode. A lot of pointless trash in the comments at this point. I disagree. I want everybody to be able to vent. This is the whole point of what this is supposed to be. The amount of times I hear at an event that Kinda Funny got you through a bad day, did all this, we're all having a bad day. As a community, we are having a bad day now. Again, I don't think anybody's wrong. I think it's a good thing this is happening. In the long run, this is gonna be good for both of us. Kinda Funny and Colin. But I don't wanna go in here and mute people. I mean, if you wanna be rude and be weird, that's fine. You can do whatever you wanna do. Like, you express your grief and anger however you need to. I'm not gonna step in and be like, necessarily ban. I mean, the mods are in there banning
But
people,
yeah,
I'm sure.
the rules still apply. If you are spamming something and you're warned, you're still gonna get muted.
Great point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think we need to clamp it down into sub-only mode. If people want to come in and respectfully disagree, and great. If they want to follow the rules and disagree, great. Not a big deal. And then it's scrolled away now, so I apologize that I don't have it. Somebody asked, how are we going to decide what happens with PS I Love You XOXO? Ongoing discussions.
We're gonna have to talk about it with you guys and with it, because honestly, it's not even so much about us. Like it's more about what is the consensus of how can we make the most people happy.
And by the way, I see everybody saying Vince and Janito. Don't worry. You don't have to keep throwing that out there. We obviously love Vince. I remember when Vince snuck into Podcast Beyond 200 and then he got a freelancing job that way.
Did he?
Yeah, because I was all drunk and I was like meeting everybody. He walked over and I'm like, hey man, how are you? He's like, great. I just drove across the country after this happened to me. And I'm like, oh cool. He's like, I didn't even RSVP for the event. I just showed up. I'm like, you're a ballsy go-getter. All right, yeah, all right,
I like
cool.
you. Here's some money.
And then Colin was a huge part of getting Vince hired. Yeah,
A lot of people are asking about Kinda Funny Live 3.
Yeah.
We need to discuss exactly what this means.
Yeah.
All signs point to Colin will not be there. If you bought a ticket and that affects you, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like that, it is what it is. But like,
We
again,
just
that
haven't
show's
had a
gonna
chance
be
to talk
amazing.
about that yet, but we'll.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving
about
parts
that
to all this. Yeah.
So you keep an eye on Twitter. We'll update you guys there, obviously. That was one other comment that I'm sorry that I had here, but I can't remember.
And to be clear about that, Colin will be a part of Kinda Funny Live as much as he wants to be.
Yeah.
Like it's not like we're not.
Thank you.
him.
Because I was like, no.
No, it's
We
totally-
haven't had that conversation.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that he's down to do the cartoon with us and he's back for a Game Over Greggy show tomorrow and we want him on the show. You know what, Kevin? Nobody knows when we film them.
We already told them when.
God damn it, you're right, Kevin. You got me. I'm saying, I don't know if it'll be a Kinda Funny Live, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody else also asked if tips were being read today. I hadn't thought about that.
Oh fuck. Yeah, we should.
I'll jump in here. Thank you for doing this. There's a lot of them. All right. Yes. So we'll start with, Chicks18 gave us a tip last week when we went on the air. He or she said, this has been a blast, guys. Please do this Kinda Funny thing more often. See you all in months. See you next week, Greg. I don't understand.
About Wildlands.
There it is.
There you
Thanks,
go.
Big Kev Dog. That makes a lot of
Congrats.
sense. We were doing Wildlands. You play any more Wildlands?
No, but I've played a ton of Horizon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You like it?
So, oh man, I'm enjoying the shit out of it. But I just got to a part where everything's suddenly really hard, and I'm like, I don't know if I can keep doing this.
Man up.
I don't know.
Man up. Miserability says, Gentle sirs, glad to see you made it back safely from PAX. Good to see you again on Friday. Prince loves you dearly. Sincerely, Raul. Right? Is that how you say that? Or Raul? Paul,
Raul.
but with an R?
Raul.
Raul? All right, cool. Thank you for saying your real name, Prince. You're up on my Instagram, of course. Twice. Once chugging a beer. The other time just being in the photo.
And what
that was
a
the thing.
fantastic person.
The next day, when I think it was Tim or Nick was like, yeah, what's that guy's name? I'm just like, I don't know. I just call him by whatever he's cosplaying as, and I just know he's the awesome cosplay guy.
Yeah.
Because last
he
year,
also did Drake,
last year he did PAX East when we had our panel, our little artsy Rooster Teeth booth thing. He showed up as Drake, and came up and danced with it. He fucking had a boombox and everything. He had a boombox again for Prince. And then in the video I put up on Instagram of him chugging the beer, I'm like, how was that? And he does it as Prince. He tells me how it was. fucking rad.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
Fantastic.
Gifted Dim says, unfortunately, I am on my way to work and I have to catch this over YouTube later, but definitely had to leave a shout out to Colin. Wish him the best. Keep up the good work, guys. If you want to leave a shout out to Colin, of course do it here. I hope Colin watches this. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, because now I can just play Mass Effect and do whatever he wants all day.
Right.
Thank Yard and Mugs. I would say tweet at him. We have all tweeted at him. You should keep tweeting at him. Again, let's be better. Let's be the positive
Show him
community.
some sweet nasty
Send some
love
sweet
today.
nasty love to Colin Moriarty.
Hashtag PS. No. Yeah, PS, we love you, XOXO.
Yes.
Hashtag sweet nasty love.
The Shockster says, love you, Colin. This move has been planned for a while, from what I could tell. You guys inspired me to start my own channel, and I couldn't be happier for him. Time to rise up and support best friends. 100% correct. Panzer G2 says, please don't let this happen. Drag Colin back kicking and screaming if necessary. There's room for a kind of funny political show and everything else. Greg, how are you not crying? This is obviously filed before I started crying. Rest in peace. We all love you, Colin. No, no one's dead. Again, it's not what this is. And yeah, I mean, that was the back and forth I think we had for a while of, there is room for a political show, I think, on Kind of Funny. I think in a year and a half, because it's one of those that we need that fourth person for different shows. Mm-hmm. And so to have Colin in this instance break off to do a political show again, similar to Colin Was Right, knowing how much work Colin Was Right was, that immediately throws the wrench in of, well, how do we make all this stuff work? Not to mention, if that's where his passions is, why try to force him to make this work and da-da-da-da. And that, again, is why this works so well.
Yep.
In the way that we're going to go off and make the Kind of Funny we want to make and have been making with you, and Colin gets to go off and do what he wants to do and be awesome and be supported by you and us as well. Fell down a wells. Thanks, Colin, for making me care about politics. More importantly, I need one of you guys to give me a yearbook quote. Oof, I feel like this is up to your
It's a
alley.
Nick.
You need a
Say
year.
that one more time. I was reading the comments. What did
Fell
you want?
down a well says, I need one of you guys to give me a yearbook quote. Now remember, he's in high school, so you have some restrictions to work with.
Yeah. Just say, I'll see you tomorrow. That's the yearbook quote.
I'll see you tomorrow. What?
That's it.
You look great.
Just period.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I guess that's. Oh, that is one way to do it, all right. Tacky the Penguin says, if there are no hard feelings, why do this breakup so suddenly? Could Colin have phased out? Could Colin have been phased out with a more put together plan? Yeah, he could have, but think about it this way. Here's the immediate problem. We learned this, I think, the hard way, and I put hard way in quotes, of being at IGN. When we left IGN, right, we announced, we started talking with them about leaving in September. Mm-hmm. Finally in October, we're like, we're officially leaving, but we'll stay on through January 5th, 2015. That left this giant window of time where we were working there, right? Everybody thought at first, that'll be great. But as you went, resentment on both sides, I think, started to build. So now think of it this way, right, with Colin Moriarty. All right, Colin, we're gonna do this, you're gonna stay on, and you are gonna work through Kind of Funny Live, or through the year, whatever you wanna say, 2 more weeks, 4 more weeks, right? Suddenly, does Colin have to then second guess everything he wants to say? Is he gonna be worried about us not agreeing with him on that?
Right.
Is there gonna, because it's not the tweet. Colin wants to go be a political lightning rod. He's awesome at it. His opinions are great. But as we saw on Wednesday when that happens, it draws down fire on all of us in the company that we don't, I mean, I'm not even gonna get back. I put up my letter, right? Like I don't agree with that, and I don't need that coming down on a company where our vision is let's all be better to each other. So, and I'm not saying that he's being bad to each other. This is getting muddled, and I'm sure I'll get torn apart for it. But what I'm saying is, how does that work when Colin has to say what Colin has to say, and we're like, dude, why would you do that? And he's like, well, you don't own me. And I'm like, that's a great point. We don't own you. Not because you don't work here full time, but because we don't own you. We never owned you. And that was what cracked me up the most about talking to people about the whole Twitter thing, was just like, this is a war against free speech, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, at no point was it ever discussed of, Colin, you need to take the tweet down.
Yeah.
It was, Colin, I don't agree with you. I'm gonna post my response. All right, we posted our responses. That is how free speech works. And so that was the thing. So anyways, to answer your question in a long roundabout way is, that would, I think, we thought that would, and Colin agrees, that would have made more complications. And that would have gotten more awkward. And when Colin wants to do something or say something, and then he either has to worry about what is going to happen to us, we have to worry about, it's just, why keep doing this over and over and over again when we know this is what's going to happen? It's never going to be easy. There's never going to be a plan that, okay, we've hit this, that, and the other, so now this all makes sense. Again, I'd rather do it this way. This is, again, what we talked about when we left IGN for Kind of Funny, right? Exchange the reach for intimacy. I think that, I always go back to when I talk about why we're different, why Kind of Funny is something special, is the fact that on the day we started Colin and Greg Live, on the first day of Kind of Funny, right? Somebody asked, what's your ethics policy? And we're like, oh, we've never actually thought of we've never had that conversation, and we said what it would be with you. We're gonna, if something's sponsored, you're gonna know it's sponsored, and you're gonna know that we did it because of X, Y, and Z. You know, today there's a Prey Let's Play up, right? That's sponsored by Amazon/Bethesda, and we took the opportunity, number one, because it paid for the trip to PAX, which got us in front of you, got us to meet, hang out and do a great panel, and number two, the fact that Nick had already gone and played Prey. We already put up a Let's Play. I was already excited for it. Like, why not take that opportunity and do something to that effect? And so, of course, take the opinion in that Let's Play with a grain of salt. That deal was never done before Nick played it the first time, but that's the whole thing, is I want to have these discussions with you. So yeah, we could have been super disingenuous, and all right, cool. Colin, we're not happy, we're all going in different directions. Let's try to put on a brave face for the community and do PS I Love You and do these things, but worry about all this little background bullshit. Like, that's not what we are. I'd much rather come out here and be like, yeah, there's not gonna be a PS I Love You tomorrow. We're going to figure out what we want to do with that, with you, right? Because that's the other thing, too, is like everybody who watches Twitch isn't necessarily everybody who watches that, and Yeah. There's a million moving parts to this. And we are not a Fortune 500 company. We are not GM. We are not somebody who has to have like an official statement and do this thing and then button everybody up and do that. We are 4 guys here in this crazy studio that you made happen. You built this with us. You will continue, I'd like to think most of you will continue to build it with us. And so you're going to be on as part of these discussions. We're going to have conversations. I want you to keep tweeting me and letting me know what you want to happen with PS I Love You. I want to talk to you about what shows you want to see from here on out. Like, that's what this is. This is the special relationship we have, I think.
Yep.
I think I'm speaking on behalf of the company.
I agree.
And so, yeah, like, we're going to, and this is what I'm saying. We are going to fuck up all the time. We've been doing it for 2 years now.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to do that and figure it out as we go. But I'll tell you what, man, like, that's what it's about. That is what this is. This is not the product that is the most polished thing you're going to find, where we have a script and we do all this stuff and we run, I mean, there'll be scripted shows, but you know what I mean. Like, we're genuine. That's why this works. So for us to come out here and cry, for us to hug Colin, Colin is genuine as well, which is why, again, no one's wrong. This is okay. It sucks. It's bittersweet. It's everything. But again, in 2 years, everybody's going to look back and be like,
Colin was right.
We already know that. Let's see, going here now. Chronicles of DJ says, I'm sad that on this day is my very first tip. I love you all, and I really love Colin. I will truly miss him. Thank you so much, and best luck to everything you do. Thank you, we'll miss him too. Alex Z says, I really appreciate you guys' heart. Josh Anderson says, hi guys, sad to hear Colin leaving, but it has been a great run. Colin helped grow Kinda Funny in giving different viewpoints. Thank you for everything, Colin. Heart, hail Colin one last time, heart. True. Walk and Talking Stephen Hawkins, still one of our favorite names. Sad day, guys. This is the last tip I'll ever be giving under this name. I'll still be watching, but this faux offensive title isn't as funny to me anymore without Colin. Keep fucking that chicken.
Still funny title.
We'll miss you, Walk and Talking Stephen Hawkins. Stephen Oslin. I followed Colin and Greg for about 8 years now. Thank you. It's a heartbreaking day, but it seems the best decision for everyone's future. I will always support you guys and Colin. I love you guys. Heart. Thank you. That's what we're talking about. You can support everyone. It doesn't need to be a fight. Wilson K31. Emotional day. Been a listener since the Beyond days. I feel like my best friends are moving away to different states. Always friends, but never going to be the same. Best of luck to you, Colin. Love you.
Well said.
Yeah, another great way to say it. SNL for CM. If you mean Saturday Night Live for Colin Moriarty, that's fucking awesome. And when the roosters are crowing and the cows are circling the pastures, best friends fly together.
Well said.
Is that something we know? No. I was like, I don't understand what that means. Josh Anderson says, hey again, guys. I'm still sad about the news, but I remember I did have a fun clip ready this morning. So to cheer some of you up, here it is. Kevin, are you looking at fun clips?
Yeah, that one sucked.
That one sucked, sorry. He says,
we appreciate
you guys hug.
It was like a 2-minute
though.
long commercial about some dog doing
Was it Porty?
human things. No.
Porty, now here's another one for you. Porty comes back today. I get up, I'm groggy because he wakes me up from the Fat Joe drink. Mm-hmm. Like, no big deal. I turn on, he comes up, he's running around. They're like, he hadn't eaten yet. I'm like, Porty, I just need 15 more minutes. Just give me 15 more minutes, you know what I mean? So I don't even have lights on in the house. I get into bed, get there. He's jumping around like a psychopath. So excited to be home, rubbing his face all over me, rubbing his face all over the bed. I'm rubbing him real good. He loves it. And then eventually I'm like, all right, this isn't gonna happen. I get up and turn on the lights, and I look down, and I guess in the crate coming home, because they drop him off, Porty had rubbed his nose more. And so it was like super fresh blood. I look at the comforter, and there was like blood all over the comforter. I'm like, welcome home, Porty. And then I look at my chin where he was rubbing me. I'm all covered in blood. I'm like, welcome home.
Poor little guy.
I know. Ryan, HD1. And also, Tim, I know that we are way later than we wanted to be. Because I know you had things to do.
Yeah.
If anybody needs to step out, I can continue going and end the show and do whatever needs to be done. We have to give away the game, of course, I know. Jimmy Wong on Twitter thinks Dark Knight is bad. We're having an argument on Twitter. I need help from you, Greg, to reply and stop this madness. Dude, I really don't like internet drama. If I can be 100% clear, I hate fucking internet drama. And I felt like I've done such a great job of avoiding it for so long.
Yeah.
So like the landmine that it's been recently, like it's been 2 weeks of drama on the internet. It's just like, Jimmy Wong is wrong. I have his phone number. I will call him and tell him, you're a fucking idiot, Jimmy, but that's what I do. Iceman 33933. Number 1, this is my birthday tax from Wednesday, the big 2-7. Number 2, we still love you guys. 3, Greg, I'm taking my sisters to Chicago for the first time in June. Activities, best of luck in the future. Fred Bentz. All right, so that's great news, Iceman, that you're going to Chicago in June. If you Google RTX, no, if you Google Let's Play Live Chicago, Greg Miller, and maybe my blog or Rooster Teeth, whatever. I put up a post on Rooster Teeth running you through things to do, and they were summertime activities because that's when Jen and I went away. Jen, my girlfriend, who I love so much, Kevin.
All right. You know, after a certain point, you're going to have to go with the rest of us, where you just kind of are in general malaise about your relationship. You can't just be always this excited about it. It's just rubbing it in us married guys' faces.
It's up there, but you should go stand up paddleboarding on Lake Michigan. You should go to the beach on Lake Michigan. These are things I did, and I was like, holy shit, I lived here 18 years and never knew to do this. Kevin, what do you got for me?
You should probably get pizza with your best friend.
Again, if you would have just, all you had to do is talk to me. You talk to Tim, that's on you. Pizza was right around the corner. I would have taken you there. Instead, you wanted to go out with what kids from Rooster Teeth? Bunch of kids.
No, I didn't. Nick was just like, let's do this. And I
Y'all
was like,
fucked
okay.
up. You could have just talked to
Then
me.
it was like a 30-minute drive to a pizza
Taco
place
Bell
that had
last
too much
night.
of a line. What?
You got Taco Bell?
Yeah.
You know what I did? Nothing. I have not been able to eat this whole weekend. It's been so depressing. I came home and I ate an energy ball and went to bed.
Do you want a pepperoni pizza with crispy pepperonis?
I do, but I don't know what's happening with our guest today.
Oh.
Of course, remember, I guess this has been... So, if you remember 2 weeks ago maybe, to the day, I think we were like, we're not doing the show during PAX week, and then on Monday, Cisco's gonna be on the show, the morning show, and then do GOG. Cisco had to cancel the morning show before any of this happened, and so then we just dialed back on that message, never really talked about it, and Joey was ready to answer questions if you had it. Cisco coming in to do GOG today, which will go live later, but I don't know what we're doing in terms of food.
I don't either. I'll be here at 5.
Okay.
Oh, so Cisco's going to be here at 5?
Yeah.
So if you want to get, I don't know if he wants crispy pepperoni pizzas, I'm also in for that, I don't care.
Okay, we can figure that out.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm gonna still do the tip. You wanna do the game giveaway thing?
Yes.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna get back to your tips. This has been a fucked show, of course, right? As you'd expect, because again, we go everything with you. Remember, ladies and gentlemen. What? Remember, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of Funny Morning Show comes to you every day, 11 a.m. Pacific. I'm not even running through the rigmarole. We give away a video game each and every day here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. You can win it by being a sub, the free way is to be in the chat. You can also be a sub to us here on Twitch. You can also support us over on Patreon at $2 or more. We give it away. This one is brought to you by
DollarShaveClub.com. Now, Greg,
.com. Yeah, throw
you
it up.
haven't seen me recently with my face?
Yeah.
My face has been looking pretty good, right?
Right. It always looks good. Oh, wow.
Looks even better now because of Dollar Shave Club.
Have you thought about using Dollar Shave Club to shave the top of your chest there? Because you got is that the
Oh,
look?
yeah, well,
is that
so-
the good look?
That's no, my chest isn't good. Nick got that good chest, because he actually has hair. I just kind of have like
Stragglers?
Can you go, Kev?
I really don't want to. No, well, now come on. He's making me feel his chest. It's not even on camera.
Yeah.
He
No.
said, can I go?
Yeah, and you saw the jokes happening, Kev.
I didn't.
We're coming apart at the seams.
Anyways, I've been really happy with Dollar Shave Club. They've been sending me their little boxes, and they come with the cream.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that cream keeps me cool afterwards.
Yeah.
I've never used the cream before. I've always just I use the shaving cream and then I shave.
Uh-huh.
But here they give you the cream, then they give you the post shave stuff, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Real big fan of that.
All right.
I've been needing to shave recently because you can see here it's been a weekend. But before when I went to PAX, I looked clean as hell on that panel.
Oh, fuck. All right.
And it was thanks to Dollar Shave Club. Before, it was either save money and get a painful shave from a disposable, like the ones that they give away for free other places, or you have to pay a ton of money to get the fancy ones or whatever. Here at Dollar Shave Club, it's great. They just send you new razors every month. Don't even need to worry about it. You always get... Like, Kevin's been using the same damn razor. How long?
I didn't know. Like,
Are you using it really? Because it looks like well, I guess you got to trim it up.
Yeah, but I use it like maybe once every 3 weeks.
Gotcha.
And I've been using it since like we got the first sponsorship.
Oh,
And that's a
Jesus
problem.
God.
You
But
shouldn't do
I
that.
didn't know. I was
Yeah,
like,
you're
well,
doing it
it's
wrong.
still sharp and shit. Are you supposed to how do you know when to stop?
Yeah,
the little slick thing was still slick.
Well, the
All
point
right,
is,
get through it so I can get back to
they're
tips.
sending you all of the new ones. You don't even need to worry. You just use them, and you don't need to know about when it goes bad because it never even needs to get there. If you haven't tried Dollar Shave Club, you're missing out. It's amazing shave at an affordable price. There's no smarter choice on the market right now. You can get a great deal of a 1-month trial of any of the razors for just $1 with free shipping. And after that, it's just a few bucks a month. No long-term commitments, no hidden fees. You can cancel whenever you want. You get your $1 trial at dollarshaveclub.com/morning for the Kind of Funny Morning Show.
Gotcha.
That's dollarshaveclub.com/morning.
Now, the game we're giving away, random number generator says is going to one of the people in the Twitch chat. The game we're giving away, a Colin Moriarty joint, Yee's Origin. Y's Origin, as they say. It's got the Y and the S. On PlayStation 4. The winner is B Heron 89. That's BHERRIN 89. Congratulations. Enjoy your video game. Now, you've all been so good with tips that I had to jump over to Stream Tip because they're starting to get eaten alive all around the Muxie. So, scrolling back to where I left off. So you just gotta give me a second. Here we go. Dylan Bread wanted to give some sweet, nasty love to Kind of Funny crew. Colin will be missed, and I hope everything works out for all. At least diving into Mass Effect can take our minds off of our loss in a bit. 100%, that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm medicating with Mass Effect. Who will I play? Will I play as the girl or the guy? I don't know. The guy seemed kind of cool. He looks like Nathan Drake. Sounds like Nathan Drake. Do I want to be Nathan Drake in space? On a new planet where I see...
I think you do.
Anonymous.
Possible.
You've talked about different visions for Kind of Funny. What are those differences? Have you thought about adding clarity to the direction Kind of Funny is going, and how does it impact things currently are?
I think it's an easy statement there, which to me is we're going to keep doing what we're doing, what we've been building towards, and the direction he's going in is something about like what you were talking about earlier, where Colin doing political shows would hinder us too much from a production standpoint.
Yeah.
And from the standpoint of we need him on the shows that we're doing, and it doesn't make any sense for him to need the production services we have to put the time into that for all of it to work together. We're just not there.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, the clarity on where Kind of Funny going is, I think, what we just talked about, or hopefully, I hope this is an older tweet, obviously, or text tip, because we're trying to get through it all, is the direction we're going is, I want us, as I said, 2017 is focused on the community. We want to be the best community on the internet. I think we're close, but we have been screwing it up recently. And that's where the message comes back of, let's be good to each other. Let's be better to each other. This doesn't need to be the way it is sometimes. And so what we're gonna do is, yeah, keep doing what we do. And like we talked about earlier, Colin was right, it was a fantastic show. I wanna see us all start doing more projects like that, but that means figuring it out. And that's another thing of like, is all three of us taking that Monday afternoon that usually is PS I Love You XOXO and figuring out a different show, maybe that's the right move for us to figure it all out. But that's where, going forward, we're gonna build it with you like we've been saying.
I love you guys. I need to bounce out to help him get in.
Sure, I understand. MBats96 says, love you guys. If you need to go too, you can.
Okay.
Heart emoticon.
Sorry.
Blanca Buster says, hey guys, love you all. I will support Kind of Funny crew and the Colin to the ends of the earth. You guys get me through low days. Also, Colin is wrong about the avocados, never forget. Now that is something we didn't talk about, you're right. I never took those avocados. We all know he gets confused easily. Never took them. Thank you very much. DFaro17 says, this is a very sad day. I want to thank you, Tim, for clarifying what you meant with the tweet because it troubled me. It rubbed me the wrong way without context. Love you, Tim. I'll miss Colin. If you've never used the stream tip thing like we do, it doesn't break the words. So sometimes I sound like a moron. Now that was DFaro, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Show me 100 entries. We'll go back to DFaro that way. There we go.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Corporal Slim. We still support you guys and follow Colin on his future endeavors. Goes to show the kind of community you've built. When I broke up with my girlfriend this week, and this honestly hit me just as hard. P.S. I love you.
Sorry to hear about that.
No, man. I know that feel. 120%. Mars Bo gave us a dim, said, love you guys. Love all you guys. Gonna miss Colin and gonna take a shot of Jameson right now in honor of him moving forward. I'll continue wearing the Colin was right shirt even though I just got it last week. And then he does like the laughy emoticon. Totally do that. I will continue wearing mine when I get my sweating under control.
That shirt's gonna go up in price now.
Is that how we're doing it? No, we're not gonna do that. Harry Pickett 7 says, when you love something, you have to set it free. Go fly, Colin, go fly. Agreed. But even though I think that might be it's an Eagles thing, right?
I think Fly Away Home was a movie. But
it was a movie. That's 100% correct. Lone Mountain says, I love you guys. I wish all the best for everyone and will continue to support you all however I can. Thank you very much. And that's the point. No one's asking you to make a choice. This isn't mom and dad splitting up and you have to go live with one of them. We support Colin, he supports us. We are both Kind of Funny and him going to kill it in the future, and we're going to work together, I'm sure, a million times over. Roughum, what's going to happen with Colin Was Right and PS I Love You merchandise on the Rooster Teeth store? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, like this, as I said earlier, you know, why not have a plan? Why not have this? We're not those people. When the product is us bullshitting around with you, the best friends, which I take so seriously, and I know that, like, I'm sure haters out there and people who don't want to believe me don't believe me. I'd like to think the people at PAX understand more than anybody what I mean by that. We have a lot to figure out, but I don't want to fake it behind the scenes and then come out with a plan. I'd rather come out and tell you guys, I don't know. We don't know. I don't even know if PS I Love You will continue or what's going to happen with it. We got to figure all that out. We will. We'll figure it out together. Mighty Quack C says, feeling shocked and sad today. Only thing I can say right now is that I'm so incredibly proud of all you guys, even Kevin. And I love you and the content you create. Kevin for majority. Oh God, don't start this, please. Remember, you got a wedding to pay for, Kevin. Don't worry about what's happening over there with the stocks and stuff.
Lots of money.
God damn it!
Lots and lots of money.
Colin! CrayTray1310. Been supporting you guys since Beyond, and I still will. Best of luck, Colin. Thanks for everything you've done. Can't wait to see what you guys do next. Love you guys. Neither can we. Mig Espy says, I really hope this wasn't over a tweet. Again, it wasn't. I know we've beaten this horse to death, but people coming in and out. Outlets already saying it's over the tweet. Seems like you guys are getting a hold of the narrative. Be good people. Take no shit. Do no harm. Too many feels people. Turn it around there. There's little we can do. I mean, when I get out of here, I got to look at what's happening on the internet and these articles and whatnot. You need to be there too, respectfully telling them that's not what it is. You can share this video. When you see someone in the comments somewhere being an asshole and saying that this is how it all happened and they hate each other, you can show them this video. You can tell them you don't know that, and you can do it all respectfully. And if you don't want to do that, totally fucking fine. Walk away. We can all be better to each other. We can all try to be positive influences on the internet like we tried to talk about when we founded the Kind of Funny Best Friend moniker. I'll get off my high horse now and go throw mud at Kevin later on. Actually, it's Jimmy Wong, right? I gotta take this fucking guy to task now about Dark Knight. Steve says, I love the panel and legit waited over 3 hours in line to make sure I had a seat. Thank you for an amazing first Kind of Funny panel. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to everybody who came to the panel for the first time. Lots of people were like, oh, my friend dragged me here and I didn't know who the fuck you guys were, and that was awesome. That's what we like to do when we go live. Yep. Had a gut feeling all last week that this would happen sooner or later. Love Colin and you guys. Will bump up my Patreon to try to offset anyone leaving. That's awesome, Yip. Don't feel like you need to do that. Don't go out of your way to don't put yourself in a weird financial position thinking that's what this is all about. This is back to what I've been saying, right, about the best friends and the community and what we're trying to build here. I would rather us, if you are offended and you want to go and you think this all went badly and this is all because of a tweet, which it wasn't, but I understand however you want to feel about it, it's okay to go. And we will be fine and we will rebuild and we will do all the different things we need to do. I don't want anyone feeling forced to be here. I don't want anyone feeling forced they need to give us more. I don't want anything like that. That's not what this is about. Legend X Myth. Missed the first half of the show. Colin will be missed from the crew. I love you, Greg, Tim, Nick, and Kevin, and you guys do a great job, and I hope you guys keep up the good work. We will. Anonymous. Must be a tough time for you guys, but here's to better times for everyone. Yes, thank you very much. Agreed. Fargo Brady, 45. Nobody can replace Colin, and he will be missed heavily. But any thoughts? Who you would bring in to somebody to round out? Okay. But any thoughts you would bring in somebody to round out the Xbox audience, or stay the three amigos plus Kevin? Sorry, I know this is so fresh. Exactly. I think going forward, the initial plan is going to be, let's try a whole bunch of rotating guests and see how this works and how this feels, and then start coming back down.
For a second, I read that as you were reading it,
Yep.
and I'm so tired right now that my brain said, what says Kevin, sorry. I thought, any thoughts of just the three of you plus Kevin Spacey? And I was like, yeah, that'd
Did
be
Kevin
great.
Spacey
Can
tweet
just
about
Kevin
this?
Spacey
Is he
like us?
interested?
He
I
would
would love to
definitely be
have
a strong
I want to talk
addition
about
to
that
the
9 Lives movie, because that's just some weird shit right
Hey,
there.
what's up, man?
Hey, the one and only Cisco, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Yeah.
Thanks for
You
coming
picked
by.
a hell of a day to come by.
Sexy up here, man.
Purple 42 says, "Sup, B? This feels like when Ray left Achievement Hunter. It feels like Colin's dead, but he's not. But the best way to push things is to support you guys, both of you guys. To help the hardship, can Nick hit me with a butthole? Much love. Kevin, do we need a one on
we have
Nick? Is that
one,
possible?
Kevin?
He can lean
Kevin.
into my one. There it is.
Butthole.
This fucking show. Bradley Murphy.
What's funny is people are legitimately writing news articles about us right now, and someone's gonna have to be like this. Is butthole something legitimately I should write about? Is that?
Can we get the screen cap of him saying butthole, please?
Yeah.
Bradley Murphy says, Grolin took me through 8 years of puberty, depression, loss, and move into college. I always ask myself, what would Greg do? How would Colin criticize this? Thank you. I love you. See you at Kinda Funny Live 3. We will. Bradley Murphy, you will see us there. Thank you for continued support, and those are great ways to think, honestly. I think if that was what to take away from Grawlin, as you said, that would definitely be it. AP Jacksonic? Unimaginable that the Vita may outlive PS I Love You XOXO. Love you guys, including Colin, but mostly Nick. Sad, sad day, heart emoticon. We love you too, man. We will all get through this together. That's how we come together. Oh, man. Jaeger. I'm putting together a surprise video for my fiance for our wedding coming up. Would you guys be able to give some best wishes to Josh and Becca for their special day? P.S. We love you all. Hey, Josh and Becca, it's Greg and Nick from Kinda Funny.
Hi, and Tim, but he's not here. He's not sitting.
That's
here
why I
anymore.
said he's not. I mean, not
Yeah,
there.
but the seat's here. It's like it looks like he evaporated in the seat. Like,
I hear you're getting married, and that's awesome. We want to pass along our congratulations, tell you how amazing that is. I'm in love with a girl named Jen. And I hope you know how special that is. I imagine, your friend, Jaeger, is putting together this video. I'm just calling him Jaeger for now. He's putting this together. I'm sure you have a whole bunch of people in here, friends from college, grandma and grandpa. But I have to ask, do you have Cisco? Hey, Cisco! Come here, buddy. I need you to get back on camera for 2 seconds and wish Josh and Becca a happy wedding.
Josh and Becca, happy wedding. Congratulations. And Nick, is it worth it? That's the question.
oh, it's definitely worth it if you're strong. If you're not, then stay away from marriage
for the
because
faint
it
of heart.
will break you. It will break you.
It will? It will?
I'm very excited about it.
I got a lot of questions.
I'm excited for
about
you.
You can ask about the game over, Greg. You go back to work now, Cisco. Go find out what's happening in that other room. You get yourself some food. Bennis1337, please keep PS I Love You. Love you all. I will always be playing with those boys. Winky emoticon.
Good.
C Blankin15, here's $10 to buy a new broom for when Colin steals the old one. Thick sauce, sucking that dick. I love
Jesus.
that. What? That was one of Colin's favorite things to
No,
yell.
I know.
I
just
know. We know.
Random.
What are you gonna do? Mario Not Bros says, never for a second will I stop supporting and loving you all, including Colin with all my heart. Hating on Tim solves nothing, guys. Heart. P.S. Since he's the one who banned me, does this lift my ban?
No.
Oh, no, sorry.
No,
I apologize.
This is permanent.
It's
I think that was
permanent ban.
part of
We have to stand by
part of
Colin
the
on this
deal
one.
we signed, getting his shares back, I think, was that Mario Not Bros needs
Yeah,
to
100%.
continue to be banned.
Yeah. Until I have proper
Documentation.
you're banned. You're banned.
I'm too passive. Thanks, Colin, for everything. You changed my life forever. Nick, seeing you cry destroyed me. Thanks for being my favorite uncle. That was rough.
I got you.
Yeah, it was rough. It's like when my dad cried.
It's emotional.
Rabbit Shaft Badger. Oh, I'm not saying you shouldn't show your emotions.
I'm telling them. It's an emotional day. Everyone should feel emotional.
Also, Greg, I don't think you're allowed to call him Nick still.
Motherfucker, Kevin. Is this the kind of day you want to bring? On today, the day of all days.
It was so good watching Nick remain champion.
Kevin,
Yo.
it's just you and me here talking.
Yeah.
We've known Greg for a very long time, right? Yeah. Greg hams it up a lot for the camera. And he's definitely good at doing that WWE level of excitement of like when something's crazy, he takes it like from 50% to like 200%. So I've seen him fake mad before.
Yeah.
This was not fake. There was a level of anger. You had to give me that look that you give me sometimes where there's like evil Superman behind that look. You were pissed. You were hot. But, the fact of the matter is, if you wanted to win, you got to train like a champion.
Fucking hate you.
I know.
Rabbit Shaft Badger.
No.
Hey guys, I love you and Colin. Thanks for I love you and Colin. Thanks for everything. I want to formally apply to work there. I'm cheap, funny, and Canadian. It's hard to get Canadians into this country, so that's probably an immediate deal breaker right there. We don't have that kind of infrastructure. Mario McDonald says, Tim, shout out for bringing up my proposed title for P.S. I Love You. I'm just not in love with you. P.S. I love you. P.S. I love you. I'm just not in love with you. XOXO. Can we get Cool Greg as the new co-host? Adam Stevens Geek. Hey guys, I wanted to say thank you for still going to PAX and still meeting with us best friends. It means so much more knowing how hard it was for you. Also, thanks to Tim for still being enthusiastic. It meant a lot to us too. I needed that. I can't speak for everybody else, but as rough as the last 2 weeks have been, I needed that. Waterman Chafing. Would love to see a Nintendo podcast with Tim and Greg. Ideas for the name: Nintendo, the Switchcast, and Nintendo Don't Tell Colin. Best luck to Colin. I will definitely follow him in whatever is
Just
next.
put
Thank
me
you.
on and call it the Nintendo show. Starring
The Nick Tinder show?
Ooh. That's an
It's
idea.
just you sitting there
Going through
cleaning your...
You're just like talking like
your
this is
belt.
how. You're just you have people submit their Tinder information.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you try to find them dates. Mumford Warrior, hey Greg, I bought a ticket to see the Heel Kick movie launch this week and now I have to work instead of and miss the movie. Just wondering if I keep my ticket, can I still go to the after party? Yeah, switching gears completely here. Of course, I'm in Edmonton this weekend, Saturday at 4 o'clock for the premiere of Heel Kick, a wrestling movie that I'm kind of producing, but really just helping my friends promote and stuff like that. You buy your ticket to go see it in Edmonton, you get to go to the movie, and then the after party. Everybody keeps asking me, is there gonna be a meet and greet? The after party is the meet and greet. I don't think, this is not gonna be like a movie premiere like you'd see in Hollywood. There's gonna be a bunch of guys who made a cool movie hanging out and drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking it?
Drinking it.
Drinking
They're
it.
gonna drink that shit out of that movie.
Yeah. Adam Steven Geek, just wanted to say thank you for still doing, oh, I might have fucked it up. Did I? No, Adam Steven Geek, just wanted to thank you guys for still doing PAX and still meeting with us best friends, especially Tim, with keeping up the enthusiasm. You were having a rough time, but it made the trip for us. No problem. DP Nimi, I joined you guys when a conversation with Colin vid showed up on my YouTube before you left IGN, and I'm staying for you guys. Good luck to Colin. Try to keep your heads up. We're here still supporting you. We know that, man. Don't worry about it. We are well aware of the vocal minority and the silent majority. Not only that, I am definitely aware of how everybody's feeling, and this is a grieving process.
Good. We've been stuck on this Vin Diesel frame right here because we were going to watch this trailer earlier. And
I thought we weren't going to watch the trailer.
No, we're definitely not going to watch the trailer, but Vin Diesel's
Nobody
face says it all.
told me. There was just an
Says it all.
empty dot.
Kevin, I expect you to just know what we're going to do.
You're right.
Is that so hard?
You're right.
Gruber, hi guys, love you and always will support the four of you. He put 4 in all caps. Even though I'm sad, this doesn't change anything. We'll always have your backs. So, how about Goldfarb joining? Wink, wink. And then he puts in parentheses, joke, and then he puts a heart.
Go for it. I'm going to put the kibosh on that right now. He works way too hard. Way too hard.
Oh, you don't want to outclass us? Yeah.
No,
I understand that.
He's too smart. Works too hard. He's gonna show me up at every fucking post.
Well,
it's
yeah.
like hiring that Carboni guy. It's just not gonna happen.
Can't do that. No, can't do that at all.
I can't have a better version of me here.
No. Old PDX Soul, Kevin, for the love of God, bongos. Freelancer Mike wanted to grab a last minute Colin was right shirt to show support for everyone. Was sad to see it's already pulled from the store. Any chances to still get one? That's news to us. We don't know what's going on.
We will talk to
We're
you
on,
about that.
on
That may
stream
have
or
been-
whatever. We'll figure it out. That other review, dude. Sad this is my first tip, but even sadder that my only problem with Colin leaving is I'll never hear his opinion on Mass Effect Andromeda, long form. Nah, I gotcha. Trust me.
You'll hear your
You're
opinion.
never going to get Colin to shut up. You'll hear something from him. Fooster. I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but it's not April. I can't believe Colin is leaving. I wish him the best. I wish Kinda Funny and continued success too. Thank you very much. Ian Gregg. Hey guys, I'm a bit heartbroken over the news, but I'm happy to see you guys, my friends, are okay, and I will be too. How long do you plan on being in Kinda Funny? Thanks, Heart. That's a great question, and I think it's one of the things too, talking about, I'll talk about me, not anybody else I've talked to. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be here at Kinda Funny until I run it into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's my whole thing, and that's a big part of what I think when we're starting to talk about deviating, right? Like Colin's getting pulled in another direction, wants to go do different things. My whole stance on this, right, is I want Kinda Funny to be a business, and I want it to grow organically and naturally to the point that when I'm ready to say, I am done talking about video games on podcast, or I'm done doing 3 podcasts a day, I'm able to step back enough, but I've brought in new people that rise up and fill those gaps. And this is a lineage. And this is back to this has been a long show, I know, sorry. Back to an earlier point I was making about the antlers and the newspaper. I want this to go on without me. And that's what's been hard about this, is that Kinda Funny to so many people is the 4, 5 with Kevin folks. And so what does Colin leaving mean? It means that it changes, but it also, I think, solidifies that Kinda Funny to us is something bigger than all of us. And I think, that's clear to Colin too, as he wishes us well and moves on and knows, just like we know he'll be successful, he says he knows we'll be successful. My vision for Kinda Funny, right, I'm gonna be here until I'm not here anymore. And like, I'm ready, I would like to think till I retire. I think, again, we have a very interesting thing here. We have something very special with you. We have this friendship where, yep, Colin resigned today, and we're just going to talk it out with you. We're not going to hide from it. We're not going to have a production plan. We're not going to put out polished statements. We're going to come here and we're going to cry on camera, because what else can we do? We want to go through this with you because we know what it's like, because we've been going through it privately all weekend long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Angel of the Past. I thought I was losing you and Colin back and beyond, but by some miracle I got you guys in the form of Kinda Funny. I've been preparing for this for a while. Best of luck, guys. Thank you. Thanks for being there. Red Rising 95. When Nick does the Hail Colin, he reminds me of Queen's music video for Radio Gaga.
So many good things.
Can Porty be the fourth member?
Man, there's so many good bits about Colin that we can't do anymore now. I can't do the Hail Colin thing anymore.
Yeah.
I guess I can still do it.
Sure.
It just feels wrong, though.
I know. Well, and whenever he comes, you can Hail Colin in your Hydro
good.
pose.
Good. Let's not let him live.
Manly
that down. As he goes full
McBeardface.
steam into politics.
Maybe we shouldn't follow
keep that
with our
joke
stupid
going.
idiot stuff, yeah. Manly McBeardface, this situation is never easy, but I wanted to thank you 5 for making something special in the industry. I love making something special in the industry. I love. Colin will be missed. Agreed. Thick Sauce is back again. Sucking that dick.
Again, great.
Makutari? I'll miss the hell out of Colin, but Kinda Fun. I'll miss the hell out of Colin in Kinda Funny, but I know you guys will continue to be awesome, and Colin will be awesome in whatever he does next. Take my sweet nasty love and fuck him up, Alf! Damn right. Fuck him up. OMG LX, sad day, but I hope this will be positive for everyone. More than anything, I hope people take Greg's message about being better to each other to heart. Not everything needs to be us versus them drama. Heart emoticon. That's 100% it. We're all family here. BHAR0815. We will get through this together with kindness, patience, and love. We will make this community and the world a better place. Love you, beautiful bastards. We love you too. Maro Kazam. The most important question to ask in this: what happened to the commissioner? He was needed. Dude, yeah, I didn't do Paxomania this weekend. It's a whole fucking thing. But I can tell you right now, I was in no way, shape, or form prepared to do a panel like that. I mean, it took everything I could do to get the Kinda Funny panel where I wanted it. I was not, I could not work this weekend. Epic Toasty. Hey guys, I've watched Greg and Colin since I was 14, which was 8 years ago. I've cried with you guys when you left Podcast Beyond and cried today. Fuck you, Greg. And he has the heart, the emoji with the tongue out. I will support you guys forever, hearts. Thank you. Jeremiah Jux. To be honest, Kinda Funny is done because Colin made and did everything. # the power of lies. JK, I love all you guys. I'm so brokenhearted. I wish Colin nothing but the best. I will miss the magic, but look to the future, heart. There's still a lot of magic here, and I thank you for your joke. That was good. I thought it was going a different direction, but I'm glad it was there. Tom Couts. Sad day, but it's great to see the community coming together. Best of luck to Colin, and here's to many more years of Kinda Funny. Also, Greg, Switch Pro controller. Worth the investment? Fuck yes. I love that goddamn thing. I'm gonna get another dock. I need to get one in the bedroom, one in the living room, so I can move them around easier. Connor Morwood, hello from the UK. Am truly saddened by this, but I wish Colin and yourselves the best in your ventures going forward. Would like to know though, The Rock for PS I Love You. If I can get The Rock to co-host PS I Love You with me, sure. I can tell him all about the trophies I got, and he can tell me about how much he bench pressed that morning.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Omega Shot 104. Birthday was last week, and I've always wanted to pay my birthday tax. Love you guys. Keep fucking that chicken. You do it so well. Thank you. Corporal McMuffin. Love you guys, and I love Colin. Keep being yourselves no matter where it takes you, and you'll eventually find people who want to walk with you. That's what you have all done here. Don't forget that. Heart emoticon. We have it. Thank you. The Lentil King. Hey guys. I think the community is with me in being very optimistic about your future. I hope we get more Nick-based content this year to fill in the gaps. P.S. Tim has grown to be an amazing host. Agreed. When you put a little ape emoji there. There was a show that I had forgotten about with Nick that was brought up this weekend. And if we can get that going again, I will be a very happy man. Because we were going to shoot it on the roof, remember?
Yeah,
we have the roof now.
We do have a roof.
This is super simple. This is something we could film today, Kev.
We do.
Cancel Cisco. Get out there and film the other show.
No, we're not canceling Cisco.
My apologies.
I need Cisco right now.
Burgatron! I connected with Kinda Funny because I saw myself in all of you. I will always have that connection and will support each member of Kinda Funny, current or former. Good luck, Colin. Love you all. Exactly. Tony TH, I really enjoy Colin's views on games and listening to his opinions. I'll follow Kinda Funny forever regardless. Sad as it is, this all had to happen. Love you guys. Stay strong in these rough times, heart. We will. Johnny Hayes, I love you dearly. I'm gonna miss Colin for sure, but I know the whole future of Kinda Funny will be beautiful, heart. And Nick, any more fan art inspiration for a cheer up? Smiley. Do you have any, give him fan art to make, I think is what he's saying.
Oh.
You've done that before on a show.
Oh, have I now?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything right now, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Mr. YOLO Swaggin, such a sad day for Kinda Funny. Goodbye, Colin. I hope you do well, man. You were fantastic. R.I.P. He's not dead. Hashtag Colin and Nick 2017. We had a good run. I hope you find a way to carry on without Colin. I love you guys. We will, all because of you. Josh Anderson, got another fun clip. Hope Kevin likes it. Please, Kevin.
There was one that was really bad. I don't think it was that one.
Yeah?
That one just kind of sucked.
All right. Anyway, loving you and all the support. We see. Sad day, but greatness will come. OMG at LX. Tough day, but I trust it will be best for everyone moving forward. Hope that everyone takes Greg. Oh, this is, you double tipped. I'm sorry about that. But thank you. Still great. Ryan HD1, don't leave me hanging, Greg. It's not drama at all. Just let Jimmy on Twitter, or by calling him, The Dark Knight is the best graphic novel movie ever. It's not drama. I was fucking around, Ryan. But fuck Jimmy.
No more.
Is that what we're doing?
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, my battery's almost out. This has been a long show.
You want a charger?
No, because this is the final tip. We're calling tips. Who you jiving? A sad day indeed, but forever proud of you guys. Love you all and wish Colin the best. Also, shout out to Tim for being fucking awesome. Heart. Andrew, one of the Yanks. And now I'm closing the tips. I gotta close the tips to move on. Coming over here now.
Are you still gonna read those?
I mean, we have to read subs, yeah.
All right. Do you want me to read from the top and you read from the bottom, or?
Sure.
Hold on.
I gotta start this.
I don't think that works better.
It's faster.
I don't think so, because you give each other.
So, real quick, as I said before, still the garbage truck on fire. You know that. Nothing's gonna change. I hope that we did enough in the chat comments today to appease that. We're, Jesus, 30 minutes over where we like to be, and we got Cisco here for a show. So we do have to get out of here. We can't keep going. I can't spend more time right now in the comments, but I think we did really well. Hopefully you agree. Obviously, there's no sub-only chat today. We apologize, but has today been a normal show in any way whatsoever? No. We still gave away the game. That's great. But we're here for you. I'll be on Twitter. Get the fuck out of my frame.
I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out of my frame. Okay, get in my frame.
No, I can't get over.
No, so we're trying here. Kevin's switching the goddamn camera. Let's do the tips. No, the subs. You're reading. How are we doing this? You're reading top. I'm reading bottom.
If you want. Kevin says it's not any faster.
Holy shit! You guys have been amazing. We have tips, or we only have subs from 12-18, meaning that so many of you did it between 11 and 12 to sub. Thank you very much for that. Playing bad. I love you guys. Keep up the good work. I'll see you at E3.
Eco Division 5.
AKA I'm on 16.
What's Ryan playing?
Super Killer Bunny. Sad day for an anniversary, but still looking to the future. Still looking forward to the future. Smiley face.
JT Nets Jay says, love you guys. Gonna miss Colin.
Android is a loser.
Black Ball Hog says, good luck everyone. Gonna miss Colin so much.
Killer Manti. Sad to hear about Colin. Let's be better to each other. It's going fast.
Scooby Schnag.
Blue Knives. Sad day to all. Keep it up. I will always support you in your endeavors.
Kanono.
Sick is H.
Kirsten Robot.
WizDog C. Sending all the support to you guys and Colin. Also, does Colin retire as Team Fat President? No, he fucking does not.
David Game UK says, nothing but love for all you guys, as always.
Hard
Sad to see you all
boiled.
go.
We lost somebody. I'm sorry.
Sad. 27 months of joy. Too much.
Arctic Warlocks. It's a sad day, but the question all of us subs are really thinking deep down: Will his emotes stay or go away? I mean, they're gonna stay, right? That's like on the laundry list of shit we got to figure out. I think they're gonna stay. Oh, they're going so fast. I'm sorry. El Guaro, hail Kevin.
R2 and 40R.
World 8 Media.
Zelda Zeppelin says, hey guys, tough day. I'm really bad with change, but I'll never forget the memories you guys gave me together.
Dulcan 85.
Spaceman Spiff 007 says, see you at Heel Kick in Edmonton, Greg.
Thank you. Rabia 016.
GFC 404.
Dante Disco Inferno. Love you guys. Thanks for all you do for us.
Douchey Magoosh.
Tacky the Penguin.
Buddy Settle.
Gary 14 NGB.
Ask Ketchum 14.
My Corner Playroom.
Patty P 5464 says, sad to see Colin go, but you guys are awesome and that hasn't changed. You guys make the world a better place. Be strong, Greg, Kevin, Nick, and Tim.
Rise Against Fear.
Xenophobic. We'll keep subbing. Sorry to see Colin go, but glad for him to find his path. KF forever.
K Crust 09. This may seem too soon, but I really hope that someone will get the clip of the group hugs and play "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston over it. That's not too soon. That's
not
great.
Too soon. It's never too soon for Whitney Houston. Lion-O.
Ace of Spades.
B.O.B. He.
Eadling. It's Eadling, pronounced like Eid, like feed without the F. Oh fuck, I'm gonna know better. Eid filling. So Greg and Colin still roomies. I missed the beginning. Yeah, we're still roomies.
Galaxy Oblivion.
Rama 959.
Kevin the Killer.
Sunday Nightmare.
Grinny Grinch says, love you guys, and Colin, truly love you guys.
Sleazy Dragon, 25th anniversary on a sad day like today. Sorry to see Colin go. He will be missed.
Race, please.
Rocker 7.
Dex Daddy 2 says, thanks for all you do. Keep making awesome content.
All right, so now we caught up, but where did we leave? What was the first one you read?
First one I read was Jesus Christ. They went fast.
They're all over the place today. Everybody's great. You're all amazing.
J Netsies. Right here.
All right.
So Crazed Fan 1.
Bad Mojo 13. Please have Nick use a Muppet for PS I Love You and call it Colin Moriarty. That would be fucking phenomenal.
That's pretty amazing. Ostracized Chimp is subscribed.
Golden Boy 655.
Crick Nuts.
Kill PS I Love You, Colin. Rambling Raptor.
Jay Salter 84.
01 Cool Whip.
Gets Vitsy says, all roads have bumps and hurdles and they are eventually overcome. This is the end of a beautiful chapter and on to the wonderful chapter of Kind of Funny's journey. Thank you for the content that brings us much joy. Always shout out to your awesome mods. Much love.
Geeks and Games News, love you all no matter what.
Our matey.
Dr. Tash, as a Long Island boy, I'm even more upset than normal. You guys aren't upset people.
People of 14 says, so now I have to vote Scarpino gets? For Scarpino gets?
Well, the election already came and went, remember?
It's 2020, baby.
Oh, God. And the final one for the day, fat, chubby panda at 22 months. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny Morning Show on an incredibly rough day.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all. I know how you're feeling, because we're feeling it too. And again, that's what this is, and that's what Kind of Funny is, and that's what makes us special, is the fact that it is not bullshit, that we are all best friends. It is the fact that you have this connection with us, and that you can drop in and understand what we're going through. We can understand what you're going through, and that's why I talk to all of you right now, and as loud and clear as I can. Let's be better to each other. So many of us are, it's easy to fall into the silent majority and let everyone run away and get crazy. We can disagree on a fucking mountain of issues and still be friends and still speak to each other. Today's a perfect example of that. We can all be better to each other. We can all be better adults. We can all be better internet people. Today, for so many of you, for us, lean on each other. And understand if somebody's processing it a different way than you, that's okay. As long as they're following whatever rules you're on. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. But I mean, you know what I mean? We're all in this together.
Yeah.
And so it's a bad day. It's going to be a long week, I'm sure. But they're on it. Again, I truly, truly believe, and this is what Colin and I were talking about last night before we came in to talk about it this morning with Tim and Nick, is that this is for the best. In 2 years, Colin is going to be incredibly successful. Kind of Funny will still be here and look different. But we'll all be making great stuff together still. Like as a community, we're all gonna be here. We're all here for each other. So, until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Can we take it out like Colin would take it out?
Cut the feed.
Kevin, cut the feed.
Cut the feed.